Can't say that I didn't maul the hell out of these shorts, okay?
Get ready with any sort of other screen.
That alone right there was
See, you're getting old.
Getting old.
He couldn't get up in one shot.
Both of his knees are
Here he
bleeding.
goes, one at a time.
And then he goes,
all right.
I am Iron Man.
Because Trevor put his...
Kind of.
Trevor's like,
Well, he said this pole's right in my leg hole, but he put his leg hole around the pole. The
Leg
pole
hole.
doesn't move. Your leg holes move.
Hole around the pole.
This is off topic. Boy!
A lot of
I'm
legs.
your
It's
host,
a lot. It's
Mikey.
Breezy.
Do likey. 100%. Love.
Yeah,
Look at this
baby.
monkey shirt. I love this.
It's a good shirt.
I love that
good.
cartoon version of the monkey.
It's good.
It's the best.
Cartoon
We got
of the monkey.
Trevor. We got Jack. What up? We got Alfredo.
Hey.
Alfredo.
Do we have do we have leg cam over there?
Yeah.
You got legs? Oh yeah.
Damn, dude, you're sprawling.
Also repping more
I
face
hope you got some
jam.
double tape going on
You
there,
got
man. You got
100% eat booty shorts.
Yeah,
Show off
stand
the
up and
booty
show 'em
shorts,
that- those
Fredo.
cheeks.
For all you
Right, I just
audio
wanted
listeners.
Time to
I just
snack
wanna
on some booty.
strut and-
Oh,
Yeah.
100.
I was wearing
bam,
mine the
bam.
other day on the
That was for
front.
Kai. Kai wanted.
Damn, dude, you should have warned me.
Yabba dabba.
Thanks, man. You're looking good, dude.
Hey, you should have warned the state of Texas before you hit a seismic event of that activity.
I am dressed.
Enough.
Yeah, you just
enough,
set off alarm bells across the world.
Shape of the state.
Ripple. What?
That was John, Texas.
Welcome to the show. We're live. We're live every Thursday, except when we're not.
Most of us are.
But today we are.
I'm alive.
We made it just on time. Fredo and I
Yeah,
were
you
guys
enjoying.
were-
We were enjoying a nice lunch. Get this, Torchies. They have churros now.
And they are so
Yeah.
good.
Are you
Churros?
serious?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
Are they filled or they have anything on them? Or
They're not filled, but they give you the sauce.
The little like
Yeah.
What
what's
kind
the
of sauce?
chocolate,
What's the
right? I
sauce?
think it's chocolate.
It's not just chocolate. It's something fancy.
Ooh, it's like chocolate caramel.
Something like that. Yeah. It's like
they have,
not
like, an icing or
English.
something, like a frosting?
It's like a fancy, like a French name or something.
Okay.
So that's how you
Like
know it's
chocolat,
something
con-
like that.
You're gonna have to
It's D
do
class. Trevor kept saying D class. D class.
day class A.
No, I said D class.
You said my name and I was very confused.
Yeah.
You should do a tier list of churros for all the parks and now Torchies, because I feel like
Oh, man.
Dolce di leche.
Dolce
Leche
di
means
leche.
milk.
And
It's
dolce
fancy.
is sweet.
That's caramel. It's caramel and like milk, right?
No, it's
I think.
sweet of
Dolce.
I
milk.
mean,
Isn't
leche's milk in Spanish. I know
It is
that.
Tres leche.
Is the life.
Anyway, it's good.
Mi madre's leches.
But now with that out of the way,
Biblioteca de chocolat.
Trevor, get rid of Alfredo.
Sir, come on. Here we go.
Wait, what I do?
Get up. I don't know. I don't know.
On.
Wait, what?
That was
I was like, I wasn't. I'm not a. I was not told about this.
Do we want to talk about the shirt since
You
we were
and your
looking at his?
leg
roll.
I'm sorry.
I like
Oh, I
my
want to talk
shirt.
about your thing you want to talk
Okay,
about,
no,
Trevor.
I
That's why I
appreciate
said
it.
it.
I
Now
don't-
you're trying to get away from
What
it.
I'm saying is I don't want to interrupt the momentum, and I.
Well, you've already done it.
Oh,
Momentum,
well.
sniped.
I like my shirt because it's a workout shirt and it makes my nips pop.
Yeah, you
Hey,
gotta, Jack,
you know what?
gotta tape them nips if you're gonna be running around.
Man, you might chafe.
You can't tell as much on camera as in person.
we get a
But
side.
They're really popping.
Yeah, look at that. Look at
I
that.
Makes
you
my
can
nips
tell
pop.
Bam.
just exactly how big the.
Are you getting like millennia flashbacks?
I'm just-
millennia.
We did a challenge accepted
Elden Ring.
with. What was the
That could
character
be. That
you
could
came
be
up with?
Jack.
Instead of let me solo her, you came up with.
Let her step on me. That's what you were saying. You just spawn.
started immediately
You're just saying you spawn. No, you spawn into the battle.
Yeah, yeah.
You take her to phase 2 because phase 2 is when she gets like nude.
Oh, that's what she
Yeah.
calls it.
And
Okay.
then- and then-
Hey,
and
phase
then-
two
and
me,
then
baby.
and then you let her step on you. And you die.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
the original person was let me solo her.
Yes,
So jump
yes.
in and invade people's like games in Elden Ring against like what's considered to be the hardest boss, and then people would just watch.
And
them
it's like a
solo
naked
her.
man with a pot on his head.
Right. So
And
let
it
me
destroys.
let her step on me. Is you get to the second phase, which she gets all naked, and then let her step on you, and then that way it's like, okay, you could finish the boss.
Give and take, give and take.
After she finishes you.
Right, which would also heal her, by the way, and restart the whole thing.
Well, you let it happen in the beginning of it.
But yeah, no, thank you, Mike. Yeah, I wanted to talk about. So here's the thing. I want to just dive into it, and I appreciate you giving me the front of the show because, you know, as with all shows, there's a drop off with audience retention, and it's kind of relevant to the conversation at hand.
True.
Jeff has laid a ground, like the foundation here at Achievement Hunter of like candor and openness, and so I wanted to kind of continue that with the audience here for a bit because you're going to see some more changes with our content. We've shaken up our schedule to make it a little bit more flexible. It's now it's still. It's watch it.
It's shaking.
Oh, God.
It was sparkling and now it's not. But yeah, so like the reality is, and I'll just dive into it because the reality is like we love making content and we want to make all the content that we want to make, but when it comes to platforms that we don't control, whether it be social platforms like TikTok or Twitter or whatever, Instagram or YouTube, we kind of have to play the game of the algorithm for better or worse. And so what you're going to start seeing over the course of the next month is content, at least on the .com, YouTube.com, and then there's roosterteeth.com. On YouTube, it's going to be a little bit more truncated, a little bit tighter, because honestly speaking, we're just not surfacing. Sometimes even to not even our subscribers. We're not even surfacing to you guys a lot of the time, and we've spent
And
a
if
lot.
we're not surfacing, we're drowning.
That's a good analogy.
I can't breathe. I'm not a fish.
But like the reality is like we've done
am
a
I?
lot of like analytical research into our content over the last couple months, and as we're back in the office and as we're back in a little bit more of a flexible arena to try to do what we want and test things out, we've realized that like things just aren't getting surfaced in the way that they were in the past. And I think what happens is like when you have an algorithmically driven platform, it's migrated away from the content that we've been making. So right now what we want to do is kind of continue to keep roosterteeth.com that bastion for like longer form content, so that way it breathes a little bit more and it looks a little bit more reminiscent of what we would like our pure vision of a Let's Play or what have you. And then for YouTube and other platforms, it's kind of playing to those algorithms. It's keeping the content true to us. It's just making it a little bit tighter and making it a little bit more snappy, I guess, as it were. And we're going to continue to analyze. If you guys want to watch the content in longer form, come over to the .com, come to the app. We got the living room apps and all of that sort of stuff. And we're going to kind of watch that too. And if we find, again, I'm just going to be very candid, if we find that people don't want even those longer form, you might see parity between YouTube and our website, where the same tight version is uploaded to both platforms because it's a great expense. It takes a lot of time, energy, effort, creativity, and passion to make the longer edits. It really does. It takes a long time to edit 2 different versions. But we want to do that because we want to make sure that we can, you know, alleviate or like speak to both types of audiences. There's just so many things like I want to dive into that like I'm kind of scatterbrained, but like I don't know, like it kind of feels like a bummer because like it almost feels like your hand like is being forced into a certain way. But I also feel like videos become stronger by just leaning into what's already there and like taking out the breathiness of it. So that way it can stay concentrated on who we are rather than just like generic gameplay.
Well, it's also important too to evolve along with the audiences. You know, it's like if we were just doing the same stuff that we did, you know, 13, 14 years ago to Achievement Hunter, we wouldn't still be here now. And you have to change and evolve and, you know, make your content fit kind of the modern day, you know, look. And like, I mean, the content that's coming out now looks radically different from what it did a decade ago. And so we have to sort of evolve with the times as well.
Well, the interesting thing too is just like, I was talking with Trevor, like even before we found out that that's kind of like how it's, you know, how it's all surfaced and that's how it all goes. And I was saying, I was just like, I want to make, like, look, I became a content creator because I want to create the content that I love and I want to do the things that I love. And like, I realized over the past year that the stuff that I watch, if it's anything that's, I see the time that's like over 20 minutes, I just don't watch it. Even damn well knowing I'm gonna watch videos for like an hour. I just want to watch stuff I'll like put something on for 10 minutes and I want on to the next. And that's just how I consume content.
Same.
And so that started becoming a part of like how I wanted to create content. Let's keep it nice and tight.
I mean, within that vein, no, I agree.
Fredo likes it
that's
nice
where
and
I'm at
tight.
too. Nice and tight, baby. But here's the thing, like, and I'll break it down like even more is like
his booty shorts.
Available now.
I'll have you know too, he's wearing like boxers under them that are twice as long as
We gotta
the
keep
short.
this appropriate.
That
Because
white,
he would-
that
he
white
would-
line is the end of the shorts.
Now look,
Otherwise,
anyone can wear them, right?
There'd have
They're
to
for
be
anyone.
a path that would be chosen.
But he would hang dong,
right?
Yeah.
if you just
Turtling out here.
If someone said, Fredo, how's it hanging? They
Exclusively
could
at
just
Rooster
see.
Teeth.
They could
Dot
see
com.
exactly
Oh, it's
how
hanging to the
Now,
right
on
today.
YouTube, you
Got
might
it.
not see that dong, but on the .com,
like both ways.
what
It's
we're
only
calling
extended
is
version.
what we're calling it is the .dong.
That's a moose knuckle.
That's where you're gonna see
Yeah.
Alfredo full length Alfredo.
Right, we got to try new stuff.
But in anticipation of maybe some questions, I do want to say, like, we've looked at our retention curves on average. Like, if I love the comments, I love like all the different ways, the Twitter, the Reddit, all the different ways that you can react to our content and all of that. You can engage with likes, which I know a lot of YouTubers say it genuinely does help now in the algorithm more than ever. But all that aside, like, we can look at the retention curve, which is just like an average of everybody, every one of you that are watching. And when we see that there's a steep drop, and I mean a genuinely steep drop off by 15 minutes, the reality is, and the sucky reality is that every minute after that becomes a lot of waste. There's a lot of really strong content that we spend a lot of effort creating, putting our energy into, putting comedy there. The editors embellish and build up the narrative and put a lot of effort into that. And so it becomes like this exponential loss of time and loss of effort, because if by 25 minutes in only 10% of the audience is watching, but they were like 50% at like 12 minutes or whatever, that's something that we kind of have to listen to. You know what I mean? Like, just like we have to listen to all the other ways that you guys can interact with the content. And so that's just, I don't know. I'll probably remember more and more of the things, like, because again, it's hard to remember all the little nuances, but I do want to continue this conversation, keep Achievement Hunter open and honest with you guys always. But with that said, I think that's the kind of quick and dirty of it all. But yeah.
Thanks for
Show
watching.
them-
Now that the business is done,
Podcast.
it's time.
Show them the double dirty. Also,
Oh, God.
in line with what Trevor said about changing things up and doing things differently, I brought a Sawzall to work.
Dude, and I brought some drills. But truly, we did some remodeling today.
Loud.
We made some noise. There were some meetings that were interrupted.
You thought I was playing Beyblades because that let her rip.
I almost walked in.
Yo, I
like
felt
that.
you. Okay. I don't want to scream safety hazards
Safety
from
hazards, okay.
from the rooftops.
Yeah.
But at a safe distance, I'm holding the Sawzall, which is my own. I own it. I just brought it in. I'm holding it going, ran, ran, ran. This man's filming, looking at something else and walking towards me. And I
God.
yelled, stop walking towards it. And I like moved away. And Alfredo was like, oh my God. What were you doing? I go, was
it him?
Yeah.
I thought it was
no,
Joe.
it was him. No, it was him. It was before he got the phone taken away from him.
Oh, you almost
Remember,
lost dog.
remember you
I
took it.
almost-
He just started walking towards me.
I wouldn't have to wear
Like,
briefs.
yeah, I was
He
like,
was,
no,
he was
stop.
trying to better fit in the shorts.
Right.
Yeah.
I was trying to.
Thankfully, it would have poked, not cut.
It would've,
It would have poked
nice
you
and tight.
a lot. But
I doubt there was a safety measure, though.
It was confusing.
stopped.
I was just like, what were you doing? I just kept going. It was going before you started walking.
He was so immersed. He's so used to
was.
VR that he was like immersed in the cell
was
phone
in.
that he was like,
And I
what's
was like,
happening?
I almost just walked straight
Google
into
Glass. You know what? I
Yeah.
want to stand up next to you
Like
because I
virtual
feel like if
reality.
they split our bodies together,
that'd be
Look at that
Photoshop,
body.
we could become.
Trevor's
Here,
sucking
I'll
in.
do it over here. I am sucking in.
Absolutely. I'd be
Now-
sucking in as well.
Wow.
With your legs and my top, we shall become.
I would not be.
That's okay, Nicholas. You don't need to.
Like it.
I'll sit down now.
100%.
I don't want to make him run around and change the cameras.
Well, he was already.
I know, but I feel.
I am shredding.
Thank you, though.
What is Jackie and I's 7-year
yeah.
anniversary shirt, courtesy of the Joneses.
Happy 7 years and
Oh,
happy
hey.
birthday.
Hey,
thank
oh, damn it! I was gonna be the first to wish you happy birthday. Happy birthday, Fredo.
Thank you, Jack.
You're
It was
welcome.
yesterday.
I mean, late after Trevor, because today's your
He was
birthday,
talking about
Alfredo.
off topic.
Yeah.
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 Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, but I got you some cum sake.
Oh yeah.
Is that,
Wait,
is that
right.
churro?
No, we were drinking sake, and Jackie goes, "That looks like cum," and I was like,
Damn.
"Okay."
I'm gonna ask Gavin if he's got that photo.
I got sake. I was gonna get sake in general, and I'm looking at it, and some were a little bit pricey. And I leaned over to Alfredo and I go, "Look, I didn't get it because it was the most expensive one here. I got it because it sounded good, but it is the most expensive. But it looks better. And as I'm saying it, Jackie's like, this looks like jizz.
Damn.
Classic.
Sorry, everyone.
What do you
Sorry
think
about the
you're paying
jizz sock. They kept saying it has a lot of protein.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was pineapple, coconut, and papaya.
I leaned into Gavin and just going.
Yeah, I think
You drink sake hot, right? So.
You can have hot
No,
or
it
cold.
depends.
I just texted Gav to see if
I prefer it hot.
Fruit sake is usually cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
I prefer.
I prefer it cold.
Dude, I went
We'll get
running.
into a sake fight. Some people are very upset about temperature.
I went running last night. Speaking of Gavin, and after it was Katie and I went running, and after we were done, around Town Lake, we saw like 50 one-wheels. It was like a parade of one-wheels. And I shot video of it and sent it to Gavin, and he said, my people.
my people. All right, Gavin sent me the photo.
No. That is. I don't know if we can show that.
Well, I think what happened was too.
Okay.
It's so punched in
so
like that.
close, it's focused on the background.
It's so punched in like that. If I recall, it was because that you wouldn't be able to identify who's sucking the juice.
Right. We have no idea.
I think Alfredo yelled that. He went, "I have no idea who that is drinking that." As Gavin showed off the phone.
Who should I send this to? Brian, I got you, baby.
We
Thank
don't
you.
know who's sucking this down
was
right
very
now.
good.
Oh,
It was
God.
delicious.
That was a
All
good
right.
ass.
And that bottle
Was
bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
It just kept being poured.
Yeah,
So-
because they took it away. It was like hidden behind us.
it poured and
and I
put it
kept going, did we drink all the sake? And then I look away and there'd be more sake in
They're just
my
putting
glass.
tap water in it, just fill it up again. Do you feel older now? How old are you now?
33.
33. Do you feel 33? Are you starting to hit that? I mean, you're getting to your mid-30s now.
I would say I started
Close. I'd say that's next
As the
year.
old guy,
You're
I'm
one
allowed to
away.
talk about your
Say you're one away. I think
been-
34 is
You're
mid-30s.
taking him out of my age range.
I said getting to your
Right,
mid-30s.
right, right.
There's
so.
been adjustments where I'm just like,
Adjustments.
okay, I need to make sure to get 8 hours of sleep. Like,
Okay.
or
Okay.
else
Oh,
it's
wow.
it's harder to function.
Good luck once you
Yeah.
have kids.
Right, exactly. I'm gonna do
You're
that
about
now.
Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Get it while you
slurp.
can.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
It was real,
it down.
like goopy too.
Was it
Consistent.
thicker?
It was thick. Yeah.
Dude, it wasn't that thick.
It was creamy, I should say.
Oh,
It was
he's like-
creamy.
He's like, I'm used to it.
Nice. Making it better.
It was creamy. It was so good though.
Yeah, sleep is important.
My habit to pull this down
Getting
is
proper
like-
sleep is good.
The thing that's making me feel like my age the most is playing competitive shooters.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
not your,
Reflexes
you
slow
got
down?
on your back, like stretching and whatnot?
Oh yeah. Well, that's just me sitting too much.
Yeah.
So my back is, boy oh boy, stand the hell up. Just so
also-
I warned you about the wrist. Let me warn you about your back. It fucking.
It's interesting too, because
sucks.
he's also now got like Joe and BK to contend with, right? As far as like the younger mouse and like keyboards,
shooters.
right? He's like an old man, right?
Yeah.
And they do it as well. I don't really have the platformer competition yet.
No, not really.
No.
Because it's the same thing, right? Like I'm sure a me from a couple of years ago would be much better
Yeah.
than me now.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
See, Ferg says they always thought you were 25-ish.
Well,
Always thought.
he ain't
As long as you've been here, I thought you
I'll
were
take
25.
pretty sure he
Years
was
ago.
a vampire.
Yeah,
He
like
is.
we played, we did Cloudberry Kingdom not too long ago, and I'm like, oh no, I do not feel as good as I once was at this game.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's like, oh man.
That's really interesting because like very few games do you play for such a long time that
Yeah.
you can feel yourself age in that game.
Yeah.
Like
No.
your skills deteriorate.
There will be times where like played Siege recently because maybe Joe and I are trying to do a little get good in it.
Yeah, he's teaching you how to play.
But there's so many times I'll swing around the corner and I'll see someone and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna line up the shot and I'm dead. I'm like, oh fuck. I don't
you just go,
right.
I've never needed to line up.
Coming around just like aimbot, bang. I'm just like, okay, here we go, and I'm dead. I'm just like,
Welcome to my realm.
so I'm just like, but at that point, I actually like having BK and Joe because I go, finally, someone to carry me.
This is like this is the moment in
I
the
was like,
Matrix
this
when
is
they
the-
go, see, only human.
Right.
Like he does bleed or
But
whatever.
like it's been cool. It's been a little difficult to just be like, oh man, like I'm just not what I once was. But also because I'm
Yeah,
not
you never
playing
will
this
be.
game 8 hours a day,
Sure, I
and
mean-
continuously going at it.
Yeah.
But it's also cool to be like, we kind of touched on it on like Get Good. Like you like playing the support role.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I've been like playing the support role.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the healer, not the person that has like the best gun in the game or that's
Yeah.
the fastest. Like, let me heal. Let me throw some cameras up. Like,
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
support you doing your
Like
thing.
that's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
I will push the people who can shoot well. Like,
Right.
let me keep you alive, and
Yeah.
I'll just be back
It's
here
true.
not getting
You've
shot
been
at.
good at that too. That's why he wanted to play Cuphead with me.
Oh yeah, being support
Moral
for you.
support
Do
purely.
nothing.
just out of nowhere.
What do you mean out of nowhere? That's what you're talking about. You're just hanging back doing nothing. You got Joe and BK and the shooters.
back,
You got
he's
me
hanging
and
brain.
Cuphead. He's hanging brain over
Down
there.
from Mount Olympus, just.
I don't know. I kind of like,
DLC.
maybe it's similar.
Coming in soon.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Another
it's
Cuphead
I think
week.
it's June.
It's gonna
Ooh, hell yeah. Leading into RTX, get a little Cuphead week. So I obviously not to the same degree, but I started opening up in the previous years or recent years of like doing healer stuff because there's nothing better than being able to heal your team through a huge wave, whatever game you're playing, and then feeling like, damn, I did that. Because like obviously they're the gunners and they're the offense, but like to keep the team alive, I'm seeing a lot happen over here. You need to cut to the
Oh,
camera. over
Jesus
that.
Christ.
Don't cut to
No,
there.
you
whoa,
go.
be careful with that.
That
I made sure to cut it just
That
right.
was roulette right there.
Yeah.
I made sure to cut it just right.
On the preview monitor, like, ooh, I guess we're okay for this angle.
Certainly audio friendly to date.
Yeah.
gotta go to the site.
Have you done any?
No, I'm saying they need to listen to the audio only on this one.
Do you feel like you've done any stereotypical old people things lately? Like, is there anything like have you sent food back or like complained
Filed
about
his
people
taxes?
driving too fast?
Oh man,
I did something so old this morning. I'm a little ashamed.
I feel like my
We got to dig into this.
I feel
You
like-
think about
right.
it. Let him dig in.
No, I just feel like when I watch a lot of like TikTok and stuff like that, or there's just things that a lot of the humor for like TikTok or like the younger generation is like, let's play the blown out audio.
Right.
Or
we're-
like-
I remember.
And
It's
I'm
funny
just like,
because
I hate do that shit.
I remember that's where we started.
Yeah,
and
Fiona
then
was like,
we were so happy to get out of it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
our audio's not blown out anymore.
And
And
that's
now
like
people
the-
want it.
That's
We
like
want
the
it
comedy.
back.
And I'm just like, why?
blow
is
out
this-
my audio.
I'm like, why is this funny? This
Stop
is
watching
funny.
Slender Man.
And I was like, oh, I'm getting old.
I don't know. There's,
For me, it's buying stuff, like
Yeah.
something that seems useful. Let's. So she mentioned too. You say that was Lindsay. I had nothing to do with it, but got you that for your anniversary. We went to Six Flags with the kids, and Jack and Alfredo
Nice.
come, and it was Jack and Alfredo came, and it was on their actual anniversary. So unbeknownst to anyone, Lindsay went and like ordered that through their phone at a place
word?
at Six Flags.
Oh, that's cool.
And then picked
so
it up at like the
cool.
T-shirt thing and gave it to them.
I always love those
And
airbrush
so,
things.
and
as a
so Lindsay
toy.
walked over and was like,
never done
happy
it.
anniversary. And they're like,
was like,
what? That's
awesome.
why it looks like that. And while we were there was people pushing their kids around in like those big wagons.
Yeah.
And we just had a stroller just because we have two kids. And I was just like, I need one of them fucking wagons. And so I bought one at Six Flags.
Nice.
Like I bought it on my phone, but while we were there, and it got to my house like 2 days later, and I'm texting Alfredo about it. I was like, bro, this thing's so fucking nice. It's got handles, both sides, adjustable, cooler, this, that, like for both kids, space, all that. And so we have the season passes, and you can get like the season cups, right? And they're like $30, but they're free refills for the
Yeah.
whole year.
Right.
And so
got sold on it.
Alfredo
I
and
got sold
Jackie
on it.
got
You get a free
too.
kidney stone along with it. too,
Yeah,
right?
well, I drink
Someone
water,
does.
so I
water in
don't.
it.
Yeah, we're all drinking water.
Okay.
I see
okay.
people put soda in. I'm
watered
like,
down
it's gonna get warm.
Yeah,
so fast.
granted, some like we have four,
Okay.
us and the kids.
Like,
And
these
sometimes
Jack
I'll
wouldn't
get
know.
one Coke and then 3 waters. But yeah, so I'm like telling him like, oh yeah, whatever, and he goes, got any room for 2 more cups in that cooler? I was like, oh, this baby holds about 6 to 8, so I think we're fine.
I was eyeing it, and I was like,
like-
I'm gonna ask him.
It's like that's what I'm excited about. That's how I know I'm old.
Man,
Yeah,
so
what do you got?
This morning on the way to work, I was driving in, and in my neighborhood, there's some stop signs that lead out to like a main road and stuff. And I pulled up to a stop sign. There was a car on the other side turning across me, and there's 2 lanes. And this van just blasted past me and like almost just T-boned this guy, like slid to a stop. The other car went, and it was like a work van. It was like some company van. So I was like,
Out him.
Yeah,
Say it.
no, I said, fuck this guy. So I punched it, got next to him, and got the phone number off the back, and I called and ratted the guy out.
Yeah!
So-
Dad Jack!
Yeah.
Back in the saddle.
Does it make me old that in my head I'm like, fuck yeah, Jack, get him?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yes. You're edging into some
Yeah.
new territory, baby.
I'm like, damn right you
that's
did.
But it was like an air conditioning company.
But also,
And I
like,
was
that could kill a guy. So, like,
Exactly. I
or
was like-
anybody.
But not only
So,
that, like
yeah.
after he almost hit the guy, he was going like 15 over. He's going like 65 and a 50. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I could see
So I was like,
Jack
fuck
and
that guy.
I on a bunch of lazy boys watching Wheel of Fortune. He's telling me that story, and I'm going, fuck yeah, you
Get
did.
him!
I
Just watching
got-
Jeopardy, getting all the $100
The problem with that
answers.
is
Fuck yeah, you did,
The
Jack.
problem with that, right, for me is like I want the follow-up.
Yeah,
you call
yeah,
back
yeah.
and you go, so what happened?
I got a voicemail. So I have
And they're like, what happened?
Do you want to play it now?
No,
You want to go off camera and play it and then
no.
come back and vet it? You know?
No, I left a voicemail.
Oh,
Yeah, they didn't call me back, so I don't know.
Got it.
No,
So.
it's a fake number.
Well, that just gave me a really good idea.
I did
for
take a photo of the thing.
Myco Construction over here.
Right. Here's
I
another
have an
thing.
idea with that lazy boy.
It's-
Make your environment real cozy. Okay. Let me just drop that little nugget.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
You guys are inexpensive, so
Yeah.
hired.
Yeah. We had a catchphrase.
Oh, yeah, we're dirt
it was
cheap.
it was
Heavy liabilities.
not professional, not licensed,
It was
not
unprofessional, unlicensed,
Uninsured.
Uninsured. Yeah. And also, it was a 30-minute job that we made sure to charge 2 days for.
Got a
yeah.
problem?
Oh, yeah.
Our problem.
Got a problem? Okay. I love that we've got a technology company with Gacko and we got a construction company with Myco.
I didn't buy it. And Michael, the buyer of things, didn't buy a single thing. I mean, I got that.
That's
at home.
true.
I got that at home. I
You
kept
brought
bringing
your
shit.
you brought your saw. I brought my drill, and let's just leave it at that. You'll see it in 2 weeks, I think.
It was good.
Week
It was
and a half?
good. It was a good little project. And then before that, even I filmed another, probably a BTG with Joe.
Yeah?
I filmed 2 this week.
Well, that's coming out next week.
yeah.
You're talking about.
I saw a teaser for that already.
Yeah. Well, did you?
The little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that like on Instagram.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, sometimes things trickle out in new ways.
mean,
you
yeah,
know?
it's-
all right, old
it's
man. Sit
feature
down.
length.
Sometimes things change.
That's feature.
I saw something that Trevor and Joe are working on that's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah. That.
So this is why we don't like to tease stuff way too early, because sometimes life happens.
Yeah.
Like at AH Live, Joe had some just personal things come up, and so we had to park an idea that we've been very, very excited to. Let's just say it's taking Between the Games to the next level and getting it out of the office. And so we've got one thing left to film to wrap
in the
that
parking lot.
project, and we'll ship it. It's kind of like a pilot for
It's
Between the
really
Games
funny.
Plus. So
Whoa.
yeah, we're calling it Outdorks.
Oh, Between the Multiverses, starring
Goodness.
Trevor
It's gonna
and
just be-
Trevor 2.
To be outdoors, and then you're gonna see a little just like star go across and land. It's gonna be a plus sign.
It's actually gonna crash.
Never seen it before anywhere.
That's
gonna go.
Oh, plus.
No, it's actually an X. Like it lands and then it's an X with it. Outdorks with an X.
That's clever, and I'm gonna steal it.
Go for
Except it explodes at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway,
Can't be stolen. Disney.
we got a lot of stuff in the works, so
Good
get
stuff.
excited about that.
Good
But-
stuff. Hey, I'm going to be in Orlando next week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, again.
Every other week.
I mean, yeah, you're still alive, so I'm not surprised.
I was there in January and February, so I missed.
Do you have a season pass yet?
Yeah, I've got an annual pass.
Good.
I've had
Or
annual pass for like 2 years now.
Do you have an annual pass or do you have an anal pass?
Yeah.
Just it.
Number one in the store right now, baby.
I learned about that last
I count
night.
those.
I went, what the fuck?
I just
Yeah.
recently learned about that, and I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I mean, it's the next front back is what it is.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh God!
Oh, absolutely.
I just don't understand people who buy a shirt that says "anal pass." Like,
I
Are you
do.
gonna wear it?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
is
some
this-
might.
Is it just gonna go in a closet?
Either
and
it's a
live there?
funny joke they'll hang up or they're unhinged.
Yeah.
No, check this out. Anal pass.
Or
Whatever,
they
man.
work somewhere like here.
I count those. I count those for annual pass. So that shirt would not exist without annual pass. So that's mine.
I
Thank
love
you
Jack
very
saying,
much.
I count them.
Where are my residuals? Where are my royalties?
I heard about
Count
that.
your W's.
I heard about that. I was like, I bet Jack both kind of hates that and loves that.
Yeah, it's great.
He's just
It's
going,
awesome.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Whatever. I counted. Jack was saying today, I count that.
Anyway, next week,
yeah.
a week from today, actually, the 19th in Orlando, Florida. It's Jeff and myself doing an annual pass with Dave Cobb, who is the guy who made the Men in Black ride at Universal. He's going to be hanging out with us.
I've rode that ride probably the most out of
so much
all
fun.
those rides because it's so repeatable.
Yeah. Well, you got to get the high score, right?
Absolutely.
And then
I don't
also
wanna
the
let Will Smith down at the very end when he judges us.
Pretty
based on
hot,
score.
right?
Sorry.
How harsh does he judge you?
Depends on your score.
Yeah, that's true.
Depends on if
Hey,
you say his wife's name.
stop.
right?
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I don't know.
Put that hand down.
Sorry, Jack, please.
Also, the Super Carlin brothers are going to be there as well. They're going to be doing an episode before us. But yeah, it's May 19th in Orlando, Florida. bit.ly/TIX-Orlando.
Damn, I
And you
lost,
can grab,
you lost me. There it
you can
is.
grab those.
We got a QR
Hey,
code
look at that,
right here.
QR code. Use that right
You
there.
know what's interesting? I'm kind of.
And I'll say real quick,
Please.
also anyone who goes, you're going to get an autographed theme park map from Jeff and I. So everyone who goes is getting an autographed theme park map, and also as well as seeing the show. So tickets available now. Still lots of seats left. Go ahead and grab one. It'd be awesome.
I'm just geeking out low key because when Face Jam did a live show, I'm gonna aggressively point at you in Chicago. They have one of my favorite YouTube channels, New Rock Stars,
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah.
them. And in that same ilk of theories within pop culture, you have the Super Carlin brothers, who I've watched for a long time.
Oh, really? That's cool.
So like that's so cool that you guys are like.
Yeah, they're excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Meeting my heroes.
Working with those guys, and then on Friday we're actually going to Universal Studios and we're going to ride stuff with them. So it should be fun too. So yeah, but check it out. It's going to be a blast talking about theme park stuff. We're actually going to be doing a tier list ranking of all of the rides at Universal Studios. Like
which ones you'd marry,
They're
which ones you'd
all
fuck, which ones you'd protect.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Gotcha.
I like
which ones we drop. So
Good tier list.
it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, and I'm excited to do it. And anytime I get out to Orlando, I have a blast. So
You know what
good times.
you know what I liked about New Rockstar when they did their show at Face Jam is they do like theories and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Them talking about Mephisto.
Dude,
E-A-F.
Mephisto is a huge
that's
in joke for them because
Yeah.
all through WandaVision, they're like, here
for
comes
Alfredo
Mephisto.
too, and I heard
it is?
them talking about it there. I'm just going like every time we see a Marvel anything, I just go, that's Mephisto.
They dropped
Anything.
watch all of their WandaVision
Yeah, the
like,
WandaVision
videos,
stuff.
and you'll see he's like, and here comes Mephisto, and because he's trying to call it, and it's
Right.
like there's nods, of course, but
Yeah, but
Then never,
so he's
never
like,
actually shows up.
he's just wearing his shame now, which is pretty.
Did you hear the rumor that came out today? They said that
Mephisto's coming.
They said that Deadpool was going to show up in Multiverse of Madness, but he ended up not. So they cut it too.
I mean, he's in one of the posters. The one
Isn't
that
he like
has-
peeking like a portal or something?
It's like it's kind of like a cloud where it's like you can. If
Yeah,
you
but that
wanna believe it's,
wasn't in the film though. Like that image wasn't in the film, was
No,
it?
no, it wasn't. But I mean, but the image itself, it's not a clearly defined.
No, it's
person.
not.
Like,
It's
could
not,
be-
but it looks like
Was
a
it
nod.
just a bulge?
But
The
Like-
thing
no,
is,
no,
like,
no,
it
it was like his
strongly
face.
resembles.
But I will say it
that,
was
and
a
then
nod that
also-
they pulled and didn't put in the movie, right? So it's like it could have been him.
So there have been a ton of reshoots, and my theory is that there is a cut out there that has a lot more in terms of like cameos or like end credit scenes, et cetera, that they just went, you know what, this feels less like a Doctor Strange movie and more just like a everyone else's movie, and so
Yeah.
I think they trimmed it down.
Is that what you're
we-
saying? So you still feel right about everything you were wrong about?
That's a typical theorist. Yeah.
Like, oh, this is gonna happen. And he goes, I bet it happened. I bet it happened, and they cut
All
it.
the beautiful beat footage of him calling it.
No,
Dude,
are we-
watching, watching that movie.
Wait,
the
are we?
big-
Is it 2 or 3 weeks before we're
it
allowed
should
to
be
talk
2.
about it?
It
I
should
don't
be
know.
2.
We definitely can't talk about it.
Tomorrow
We're not saying
is
spoilers.
2 weeks.
It's too soon, right?
Okay.
It's too soon.
We can't.
But what I will say
but
is,
they mentioned it like 50 fucking times.
what I
was like,
will
holy
say
shit.
Do you wanna do a
is
spoiler
watching
post
the movie, watching the movie and going, oh, that's a thing, or I think that's a thing. Let me do a temperature check, leaning over, and how far forward Alfredo was leaned in, because he'd be like this, or he'd be like this,
Yeah.
There was a lot of licking.
and I would look over and I'm like, is that chair a character? Like that guy's just sitting and he's like,
There was some stuff. There was a thing
I leaned over to Lindsay a couple times and go, look at him. And you're like, and I'm just like, yeah, that was the trailer.
there's a name drop.
Yeah, no, we all saw that.
Like earlier in
knew
the
Doctor
movie,
Strange
they
was in it.
mentioned a name, and I was like, oh, and like no one else around me picked up on it, and it was just like, oh, I bet you probably did though.
I'm curious what that is. Tell me after.
I'll type it out. I'll type
Oh
it
yeah,
out.
type it out.
That right there.
He didn't.
like next.
I noticed it, but he did not.
You didn't catch that?
No, he knows that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we'll talk about that in 2
I
weeks.
did.
Yeah.
Who wrote Peter Parker?
Yeah. No one knows who's that.
He
No one
wrote
knows that is.
multiverse. Oh, the omniverse.
But anyway, I enjoyed it. It was very, very, very much a Sam Raimi
no
movie,
shit.
which I don't think you dug the Sam Raimi-ness of it.
That was so. My whole thing about it, and this is not spoilers. It's just like. I get the MCU is a bit formulaic, and I'm all about like, hey, sure, shake it up. And so I can't really complain when it's like, okay, they shook it up. I just don't think that, like, one, Sam Raimi's like directing style isn't really for me, but it's totally fine. I love the fact that they tried something different. It just felt so different tone-wise from the first Doctor Strange.
Okay, I get
so
that.
for me, it was just like, do that, but maybe with a different character.
Well, let
or
me
something
ask,
that.
like, how do you feel? And obviously, Thor:
Angry.
God and Love and Thunder is not out yet. That's going to be a tone shift. But I feel like the last one was also a tone
Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's going to be that much of a tone shift at all from Ragnarok.
Right.
No, that's
no,
what I was-
no,
I'm
no.
saying, like, that-
Ragnarok was, but it still felt like it was in the same vein of like Thor and the MCU.
Yeah.
I'm
This
just
felt
curious,
like this
I
is.
will also
you
say.
It didn't quite feel like a Marvel movie.
You look at the first Thor versus Ragnarok; they are radically.
I
different.
also will say too
but
about
it felt
Thor
like a
Ragnarok,
gradual-
especially though, people fucking hated too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
anybody cared. I think people were like,
That's a good
Ragnarok
point.
good, and so they're
Right.
like, just
Yeah.
make it again.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
Yeah,
like,
Taika,
he has
Taika, do
like
it
some of the
again.
worst.
Have
Thor has some of the
Little
worst
Rockman.
movies, and then some of the best movies.
I just want those blonde eyebrows back.
I said to,
So
I said
wasn't
to
looking like
Alfredo,
this.
Oh,
I said to
man.
Alfredo, like it
I'm
dawned on
Thor.
me. I'm like, that's the first Marvel movie that's part 4.
Yeah, it's the first fourth one.
And I was just like, I just didn't think
Thor.
It was like
right.
because like Iron Man was like 100. They just didn't make Iron Man 4, but it's like he was the main character.
Right.
Yeah,
So many.
Well, it's funny, like they mentioned, Doctor Strange. There was an entire Spider-Man trilogy between the 2 Doctor Strange movies. If you think about it that way, it's like there's been a lot of stuff. I mean, Spider-Man's a little bit different because they have to make them, otherwise Sony loses rights to it. So that's pretty wild.
That's what you want to be your motivating factor
Yeah.
behind creation.
We got to
Yeah,
make.
gotta do it.
I mean, look, they're
No,
good
I
though.
get
At
it.
least
I get it. They are very good.
One
really
funny
liked
thing.
the last one.
So the weird coincidence. This morning we recorded Annual Pass. We did Back to the Future: The Ride, and the guys.
You didn't lose that episode.
No, well,
I was gonna
we're working
say
on
it, and I didn't. And then you brought it up.
I was gonna say. I just opened a wound. I'm sorry.
But one of the things that I found out when I was doing research on it, it was written by Peyton Reed, who Peyton Reed is the guy who directed all the Ant-Man movies.
Oh.
So it was like one of the first things he worked on. He was the
That's
writer
cool.
for the Back to the Future ride, which is
that's
like,
awesome.
what a weird small world. So
Yeah.
Does it get small and big, or
it does. It shrinks and then gets
That's
bigger,
funny,
and then it goes
actually.
forward
It's a
and back in
different
time.
franchise.
Which, to be fair,
wrote
Ant-Man
Rick
also
Moranis?
he goes forward and back in
that's a life.
time.
I mean, most of them
connected.
go forward and backward.
Jack,
in
where
time
you're going, you don't need roads.
at this point.
No, I need roads. I need
Yeah.
to.
Oh,
'cause I'm-
well, right. But as long
lots
as
of
you keep the
places.
speed nice and you don't go
Yeah.
barreling into intersections.
Yeah, anything like that.
No, I'm
long
just
as you
excited
go
that they're setting up.
So
The next event that they're setting up, I was just like,
Yeah.
that's where I think this is gonna happen.
So-
I was very happy with that.
next we've got Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
It's Miss Marvel. Moon Knight was amazing, by the
No,
way.
it's
I really enjoyed that.
So good.
Kind of funny. Hated it.
Did they?
Well, I hate kind of funny, so it's okay. No, they loved
I
it.
just saw it. I just saw it.
I thought it was cool.
I thought it was really good. So we got Miss Marvel, and then we've got Thor: Love and Thunder,
Thor, yeah.
and then we've got She-Hulk later this year.
Yeah, and I think there's rumors of a Halloween special.
Oh yeah, there's the Werewolf by Night. Yeah, Werewolf by Night
Which-
Halloween special.
Like a
and-
Disney Plus series?
Yeah,
or like
a Disney Plus.
Yeah.
thing.
Like
A series or like a special?
I think it's a one-episode thing.
Yeah, bring in people like Elsa Bloodstone, and you just start hunting down monsters and stuff like that. It'd be fun.
So much fun.
Task Force about to wake up.
And then
Let's shoot us.
what's the other movie? There's one other movie coming. Wakanda Forever. Wakanda Forever is this year as well.
I am looking forward to what that is.
Yeah.
gonna look
Yeah,
like.
what is gonna happen with that?
Because man, unfortunate things just all
Yep.
all over with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting.
I do not envy the director.
Yeah. So,
He got a lot on his plate,
yep.
but
Like
it'll
Foga
be
de
fine.
Chow.
Yeah,
He's got it turned
Like,
over green.
yeah, like,
What
just
you want.
turn it
Yeah,
to
it's like-
red.
on green.
Someone
Turn it
glued
to
it.
red at some point.
Dude,
Too much chaos.
Lindsay and I went to go to Vince Young's the other day
Nice.
for our anniversary and made a reservation, showed up, got there. I'm like, oh, hey, we're here for the 8:30. And the woman's like, there's a gas leak in the kitchen. And so we're not making any more food.
Wow.
I'll take the
And it was just like silence. We're all just sitting there. It wasn't like, sorry, we're closed. It was just like, there's a gas leak.
ominous.
And we were just like, so
That's what
should
the
we,
government
should
always
we
says to
wait?
cover.
Were there
things.
people there eating?
There were people that were already eating. They already had their food.
Thinking with
Okay.
oil.
So I think it was more of a like, we have to shut down the kitchen. Like it seemed to be like a minor thing, not like, Ron, get out of the building!
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the people were eating their food. It just sounded like we're not seating anybody new that hasn't gotten their food yet.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was also kind of open-ended, like, anyway, you're standing here. And I was like, so we should leave?
So we're in danger?
And so I was like, okay, whatever. So we left, and I was just like, or Lindsay's like, let's just go to Fogo de Chao, which is across the
Right
street,
across the
right?
street.
It's Vince Young's is the best restaurant to be like, there's a gas leak.
There's tons of
Yeah.
good
There's
stuff
like,
around
there's tons of
there.
amazing
Four more
places within
Yeah.
4 blocks.
You walk down to Perry's. You know, there's so many.
Eddie V.
Yep, Eddie V's right there.
Lambert's.
So we went to Fogo de Chao, which is the Brazilian steakhouse where you just have the red or green cards and they keep bringing you food. So we did that, and I will say the upside was like I was excited about Vinny's, but it's like 95 seconds later I was eating.
Yeah.
Because you sit down and they're here's your meat because they just
Yeah.
walk around and
They're
throw
already
food at
walking
you.
around, so they just add
And
you
I was
to
like,
the
oh
rotation.
my god, it's so fast. But the fucking weirdest thing was they asked you for the table. They're like, would you like filtered water, which is, it's like free water, but it's filtered.
Still water, basically.
There's filtered water that's like the free water. There's the bottled still water, and then the bottled sparkling water. It essentially is like, do you want it sparkling or do you want to free or betterer water? And being betterer than most, a bug king, I was like, I'll take the better water, right? So like, okay, we bring out the bottle of water. So they bring out the bottle of water and they pour the water and then they just leave it at the table. And so they're coming around with the food and everything. And then a guy comes around with just like the silver pitcher of water.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he comes over to me, he's like, oh, would you like more? And I was like, no, I'm good. And he walks off and I'm just like, that's got to be the filtered water. Like the bottle's right there.
He was trying to
You're
cut your water with other water.
Cross-contaminate my water? Like what? That's so weird. And I mentioned to Lindsay, like, that's bizarre. Like you can see the bottle right there. It was still had water in it. Like,
Hey,
obviously,
it's clear. Did it look empty?
Obviously, it did not. Obviously, weird, whatever. Eating whatever. He comes by later, and there was like a plate of, because they'll bring you like bread, and they bring you the
cheese puffs,
the plantains and shit.
Yeah.
And so there was like an empty plate sitting there, and the same guy comes back, and he gestures over to her, and I go, oh yeah, sure. Thinking he's gonna take the plate, and then he just pours the water in. I was like, no, he's contaminated it. Why? I'm just like, why would you do that? And he walks away, and I go to Lindsay again. I'm like, and Lindsay said something like, it was so extreme. It didn't make sense, but they go like, look, I don't know what's wrong with that guy. like it's true. I don't know what he was doing, but it was like he was a maniac, like running around.
He was
in his
in
underwear.
the kitchen at Vince Young, and
But
came
I was
over
just
to
like,
you.
Analyzing water.
what are you running around pouring water into water cups? What are you doing, man?
I know, I can't drink it. I need a new
It just
glass.
made me. I went. I can't tell. Why am I paying for water?
Yeah.
But I just thought that was insane. I thought that was an insane thing. And
That is wild.
It was great because
especially when there's a bottle on the table. You gotta,
we
like,
did
be in the
valet.
zone.
We did valet at Vince's, and then it's like across the street, and I was like, I'm just gonna not move the car.
Yeah.
And so then we just
Vince
went
was
back
on
and
fire as you were getting.
well,
back to your
I said to
vehicle.
Lindsay at one point, I said, what if it blows up?
Nice.
And Lindsay was like, if this restaurant blows up? I was like, no, Vince from the gas leak. So, oh, okay. Well, hang on. So real quick though, so I made the reservation through like an app, right? For Vince,
Yeah.
whatever. Fucking next day, I get an email, and it was like, look, hey, things happen, but you got to cancel your reservation if you don't show up. I'm like, excuse me? And it's like, we were notified from Vince Young's that you were a no-show for your reservation. Da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, if you did show up and this is an error, please report here. I click it, and I was like, we showed up, and there was a gas leak. And then they replied back like, we're sorry for the inconvenience. We've sorted it out. I was like, I don't get a mark on my account. Like, this guy's making reservations and not showing up. You told me to
You
leave.
think Vince is in the back going like, these no
If Vince was in the back, he was probably drunk.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. He was high on the gas fumes going,
Right.
why aren't they here?
Vince Young doesn't work at Vince
No,
Young.
he's
Right.
at Man, I got home
has
one
his name
day
on it.
from work, and I live in a cul-de-sac, and my neighbor had blocked off the cul-de-sac with his truck, and I was like, that's weird. And so I parked in the street, and he's like, hey, Jack, and I was like, what's up, man? He goes, you hear that? And I heard like a tss. It was someone's gas pipe next to their house had cracked and was spraying gas out into the sky. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, I should go get my dog. And so I like ran into my house, got my dog, like, hope the cats are okay. And then went back out, and like the fire department and the gas company had to come out, and like it was like bomb suits they got out and like went and like to turn off the
Any
gas.
spark, that shit's gonna.
Yeah, and so that was terrifying. And you
That goes from a cul-de-sac to a block party. And a barbecue going.
a crater party, yeah. But you hear about like houses exploding, and like that's why is because shit like that'll happen. It's like, oh, that's horrifying.
Denise was still there when we left.
Yeah,
Tell me.
that's good.
We were getting our car, and I was like,
houses
I was just
explode.
like,
That's a thing.
motherfucker, there's people in there. Did they fix that gas leak?
Yeah, like, hey, those look like they just sat down.
Hey!
On.
Hey,
Did
we
you
don't
lie
want
to
you
me?
in here. Get out of here.
Let me have my
Just
steak.
walk
You are not
in.
Vince approved anymore.
Oh, there's a
walk
gas
out.
leak. All right then. Goodbye.
Peace out.
I was watching a video. I shared this with Fredo, but I watched this video and I had no idea that Werner Herzog had narrated a nature documentary. Well, no, yeah, he's the one for anyone at home.
child.
He's in Mandalorian, and he's like
His most famous
I want
role.
to see. Yes, well,
Not all the
I'm
films
talking
he's
about
made,
recent.
but-
I'm talking about
so
Art Demo. You know,
he's most well known for the
want to
Mandalorian
see-
in that episode of Rick and Morty.
I want to see the baby,
With
the
the-
child.
With the one that they needed to take Jerry's penis. He's in that episode.
Oh my God, is he? I don't remember. I
do not
I've
remember
lost
that.
that, show
He's
in my
one
mind.
of the. He's like they want to take his penis for the guy's heart. He's like one of the surgeons.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
Not
that's
remember
very
that
strange.
episode at all.
But I was more enamored because like I'm a heavy subscriber to the r/aw subreddit because I send Barbara a bunch of stuff. She sends me a bunch of stuff back. So I saw like these little penguins like running around like this. I was like, oh, what's going on? And I tapped it to like send it, and it starts playing the audio. And I hear Werner Herzog come through, and he's like, this insane and potentially deranged penguin leaves its colony and turns inward to the rocky terrain to head away from the feeding ground and head to the mountains towards certain death. I was like, what? What's going on here? This cute little guy's going, "Do-do-do-do-do." And it cuts to like, and then this other penguin, as we were at our base camp, he comes up and he's like, and he was basically explaining the rules of like, if you see one of these he kept saying deranged penguins,
Yeah, he did.
that they were aimless. And he's like, even if we brought him back to the colony, he would turn and run inward to the mountains once more. And so they're like, the rules of nature are you don't fuck with it. You don't mess with it, even if something is going to be
do
endangered.
pet it at least once,
Of course.
but,
You
yeah.
take your photos and you get out and you pet. But they were like, there was another penguin walking through the base camp where all the folks are just like,
just like stood there.
it's like someone like ran in to film it.
penguin just like.
Yeah, it's like
waddled
so
by.
cute. His arms are out, and they're like,
Had a
you
knife.
can't stop it. You can't interact with it. A knife. You can't like mess with it. And he was like, this penguin was heading into 6,000 kilometers because it's in Antarctica, right?
Right,
They're
yeah.
like, there's 6,000 kilometers inland towards certain death. There is nothing there but the Arctic tundra. And so I was like, this is the most deep, insane, like hardcore nature documentary, and I love his voice.
Because you just see these cute penguins like, I don't know, I gotta be careful.
Yeah, go ahead, penguin up.
Like,
That was careful.
like waddling.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Like
Is
they're
that
like
a
they're
penguin
like, so
or an
they're
elephant?
waddling, and they have the back
I see
shot.
something drunk.
No, but they have the back. They just have the shot from like the back, and the penguin's waddling.
The
and
penguin
all
doesn't say 100% eat on his
Yeah,
It
ass.
doesn't.
yeah.
And all you see is just
That's
the
what the seals
mountain.
think.
Yeah.
Like the mountain, the tundra and the mountain. There's like, there's nothing there for you, penguin.
Did he have a ring around his neck or anything?
It was like there was
There's nothing there for you, you
There
fool!
was no pebble.
There was a whole group of penguins, and he was like, okay, these penguins are heading off to their feeding grounds. I'm losing the accent. And then like the camera's following the group, and it pans back gently to show two more. And then one goes and just F's off back to the colony, and then the other penguin like looks back and forth, and then turns around, looks up, and just goes like this.
Heading towards the mountains.
This deranged
I'm like,
penguin
this- no.
will no longer find his family.
This penguin is stupid. we call him Joe.
So very dumb.
That is Joe. I love him to death, and he will be dying soon.
Just he was waddling towards the mountain. Like, wow,
I was
he's just
like,
going
oh.
towards certain death. I didn't know deranged penguins were a thing.
I guess this whole thing was about deranged penguins, because the
You
word
can tell by the
count
look
on
in their eyes.
maybe, and the knife in there.
Can you imagine just a knife taped to a penguin?
Yeah,
As
dude.
it waddles?
Someone needs to Photoshop.
Someone else going, you cannot interfere.
Do not interfere.
We don't know
with
how
the
he got that
penguin.
knife or the duct tape.
No human interfered here. This is all nature.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, fuck man, I love penguins to death. So that was like so
was
weird, you
so
know.
fucking-
I'm also
That's awesome.
like I also learned a lot.
Someone so serious.
Oh yeah, and by watching the RT podcast from like a couple months ago, Gus was giving Chris, some of our coworkers, like some insight as to what else goes on in the penguin colony. And man, there's some wild stuff happening.
Dumping?
Well,
Dumping?
Dumping?
Key parties.
Like taking a shit? Like,
Well,
take a
we
shit?
all do.
Okay,
We're
so,
creatures of
yeah.
God.
Do the penguins
parties.
sometimes
Maybe
come
you
back to
are.
like the wrong
I
family?
created myself.
Because like don't like the
Well,
males like go out and like
I think it's the opposite. I think the ladies go out.
Ladies
get
go out and try and go get
the food, and then they come
and they
back.
come back. But then it's just like hundreds,
Right, because
thousands.
they
of
mate for life.
Yeah.
But then maybe they get swapped up, you're saying?
Sometimes they don't come back, and so
Maybe
it's
they're
like,
into that. Who knows?
Well, they're into a lot of stuff. Let's just say there's
So they're
some
just like, oh man,
dead
the
body play.
baby's by itself.
oh,
you know?
DBP?
I think,
that,
I think
you know.
penguins are a large majority of the anal passage purchases. A lot of penguins wear that shit.
Now I see a penguin with a very loose-fitting anal passage shirt and a knife.
Someone asked what size am I wearing? These are medium.
Just so they know what it's going to look like on
Medium rare.
Medium juicy.
Yeah.
6'1", not 6'2", as Trevor would
Yeah,
make you
it
think.
Hey,
just
those
says
shorts look like
100%
they're
eat,
medium.
but just so you know, the implication is 100% eat ass.
Wait,
But
so
it's
he's in
on
danger?
your
Let's
ass. What's up?
This
So you're
potentially-
saying he's in danger?
Yeah.
This man with
Absolutely.
his shorts,
Some
he is
call it
potentially
danger, some call it adventure.
definitely deranged.
Someone just wrote, penguins are fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kinda.
dude, they slide on their belly, too.
Kinda.
They do.
There was-
He did a whole like he was like waddling and then eventually he just went.
He fell over and he said, "Fuck it, I'll go this way then." And he started to go like this until he hit the rocks.
If you
and he
fell
went,
and we're
got back
still
up.
cruising, that's the way to do it.
I mean, that didn't say deranged to me. That seemed
No,
like sane.
that was
Like
calculated.
Hardy Boy.
There's something inland that they know about that we
Right.
don't. You know, maybe that hollow Earth theory we discussed recently is, maybe it's real. Maybe they're going to the inside of the planet.
Hollow Earth was definitely one of those things. I was like,
I
oh,
blacked out.
interesting. And I was like, there's no way this is real.
Yeah, we covered a smattering of like hollow Earth theory,
Yeah.
like or hollow Earth centric like mysteries, urban legends, things like that on a recent episode. And one of them was briefly like in the Antarctic region, and I believe it was north, but it could be south.
Which way is north when you're all the way down there?
Right. So I don't know if it was penguin territory or not, but like there was a pilot decades ago that said that they had flown over like this giant. What are you showing me? Oh my God.
Werner Herzog.
Okay.
Rick and Morty.
Looks just like
I just
him.
saw the screen gently turn to me and my eyes were pulled. But like basically, like there was this giant, like kilometers wide hole in the Arctic continent that he could fly into and spiral around to see just like this endless pit into the planet.
Whoa.
So there's like a lot of ideas, and so it was a very interesting episode where we lightly tapped into a bunch of different theories.
Okay.
Some talk about the catacombs in Paris and other things.
One of the most popular, I just never saw this coming, was that like that's where UFOs come from.
The ice. Yeah,
That was one of the other
I've heard that.
things. That there are
like hollow-
subterranean,
yeah.
hollow Earth like civilizations that are
Right.
like, flying UFOs up out of the ocean instead of coming from space.
Well, I mean, that is true. So
Well, yeah.
I took BK and I went and grabbed lunch today, and as we were driving down, we went downtown and I saw one of the moon towers. And I was like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
there because the servant girl annihilator. She's like, what? I'm like,
Yeah, dude.
It's one of the most.
Oh, I meant
That
to,
was the most violent name.
Yeah.
yeah,
I was
dude.
like, holy.
I meant to
that
tweet a
was
photo about one of those from the Red Web TikTok or Twitter at Red Web Pod. But shout out. But yeah, no, like the moon towers. I had no idea until I'd known of them.
Right.
They're these really tall, just super bright light things to light up the city at night, and only a few remain. But yeah, we covered that episode, and that's when I put two and two together to realize those are there because of this like true crime like story. And one of the major just jump into the theories. One of the major theories behind the Servant Girl Annihilator is that it was actually
What a
Jack the
name.
Ripper from
Right.
London because the
Other way
timeline.
around. He left America.
left
when he
America.
was-
Sorry, I got it flipped up. But yeah, like that went to London because the timeline works out really well.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of similarities in there. So if
Did
you want
some
to know
stuff
more,
here
we did a
and
whole
then
episode. But
Check it
plopped
out.
on over.
It's a good episode. Also, really freaking twisted.
very twisted. I mean, you know what you're gonna get when you get into Red Web. There's
Yeah.
like a lot of
But
true
also
crime, a lot
when
of
the-
mysteries. you
When
know.
the killer's name is Servant Girl Annihilator.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Expect
jeez.
it.
That's why I'm like, Jesus Christ.
For like the really graphic stuff, we give you a little warning at the
Yeah.
top, but like otherwise,
That's like an awesome wrestling name. You know?
What's that?
That's an awesome wrestling name.
What
Here
did I
comes the
say?
Servant Girl Annihilator.
my God.
Here he comes.
No, it should be a
Versus the
servant girl.
Undertakers.
It should be a servant girl who annihilates.
Right.
Yeah, I like
Servant
that.
girl annihilator is a woman dressed as a servant girl.
There's a comma in there
annihilating
somewhere.
people.
It's like servant
Yeah,
girl,
you don't
comma,
need it. Most people don't.
annihilator.
The annihilator.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
The servant girl annihilator,
Yeah.
potentially insane.
And now that
deranged.
we have discussed about the deranged servant girl annihilator, let's hear a word from our sponsors right now.
Ooh.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Upstart. Look, we've all been there. Seemingly out of nowhere, you get hit, wha-bam, by an unexpected expense or bill. When that happens, it can feel like the weight of the world is coming down, and it's normal to not know where to turn. Luckily, Upstart is here to help you. Upstart-powered personal loans can help you pay down high-interest debt all online with simple and easy-to-understand payment terms, which is just what you want. You want to pay off your debt, and you want to do it simply and easily. Upstart has helped over 1.8 million customers on their path to financial freedom. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal expenses, Upstart can help you get one fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. Boom! When's it going to end? On this clear date. They know you're more than just your credit score. So rather than looking at your credit score alone, Upstart's model considers other factors like your income, employment, and other information provided in your loan application to find you a smarter rate for your loan. You can check your rate in minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000 without impacting your credit score. You can even receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Don't wait and check your rate today at upstart.com/off-topic. That's upstart.com/off-topic to check your rate today. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/off-topic. This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Green Chef. Are you hungry, but you don't have time to go to the grocery store? Trying to eat better, but don't know where to start? Worried about picking the wrong ingredients for the perfect meal? You fool! Well, stop worrying and start cooking with Green Chef. Green Chef makes eating well easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. Green Chef offers a range of recipes to suit your preferences. With fresh produce, premium proteins, and organic ingredients, you can trust Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. Whether you're looking for carb-conscious, gluten-free, plant-based, or calorie-conscious options, or you just want to have delicious, balanced dishes, Green Chef has flavorful, feel-good recipes that are sure to satisfy. As the only keto meal kit on the market, Green Chef makes sticking to a carb-conscious lifestyle easy peasy. Green Chef offers 24 always changing recipes to choose from every week so you never get bored. I hate being bored, but I love eating food. Green Chef is now owned by HelloFresh, and with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone. If you like one, you'll like the other. Or if you've never tried either, now is your chance to get on board the Fresh Chef train. Choo-choo. Green Chef's menu is huge, and I, Michael Jones, am excited to try the spiced beef cauliflower rice. It's keto-friendly, which is very important to me, as you know. I'm not keto only, but I am friendly to keto, okay? And it only takes 30 minutes to make, and it's gluten-free. It's easy for me to narrow down on what kind of meals I want with Green Chef. So to get started with Green Chef, go to greenchef.com/off-topic, not doy, that's not part of it. greenchef.com/off-topic 130 and use code OFFTOPIC130 to get $130 off plus free shipping. That's greenchef.com/off-topic130 and use code OFFTOPIC130. That's 130. It's a 0, not an O. Some people say O. O is a letter, not a number. 0 is a number. Hey, it's Mikey. I'm back to tell you about First. I know you're not a member because that's where we put this ad. Because if you're First, you don't see it. Okay? That or you're not logged in, and that's crazy. You've already got First. You should sign in, and then you have it. Okay? But if you don't have First, you're missing out. Okay? You can make a free account on the Rooster Teeth website and watch live shows and participate with the community, okay? But if you sign up for First, there's all kinds of additional stuff that you get, like a discount in the RT store, access to events early, like RTX, and you get access to shows early, plus some shows that are exclusive just for First, okay? Like Hardcore Tabletop, Haunter, Last Laugh, and our latest show that we talk about on this very podcast, Survive Block Island. I call it SBI because it's faster, cooler, sleeker, sexier. What's not to like? The first 6 episodes are out right now. That's right. The season's winding down. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna takes the cakes, okay? It's a competition full of deception, strategy, and challenges that all take place in the game of Minecraft. It's basically like Survivor, but in Minecraft. Not scripted. It's very cool. It's coming to an end. Tune in now before you get it spoiled for you. Sign up for First. Also, I should mention this has nothing to do with anything, but I forgot to talk about it on the podcast, and boy, thank God I said we didn't do the ads yet. I'll do them later. I'll do them at the end. Check out the 7 Minutes to Hide, 7 days PC Game Pass video that we made where Jack is a zombie and we run around and we talk about it in the post show. It was just a lot of fun to do. It's not really an ad, but it is a sponsored video, so it's kind of like an ad. So I'd put it in the part with the ads. It all makes sense. It's kosher, baby. Don't worry about it. But it was a lot of fun to do. Check that out. It's out Friday the 13th. Boo! Are you scared yet? So head on over to roosterteeth.com/sign-up to make a free Rooster Teeth account, and be sure to check out our first program to get access to all the things that we have to offer, and then watch SBI, and then watch the 7 Minutes to Hide, and then watch me disappear. Did you believe me? Unless you're a first member or watching it live. Also, I didn't do them yet.
We're live on Twitch now too, aren't we?
Here we go.
Isn't that a thing?
And now we're
doing?
back.
Hey,
We came back.
That was
it
like
wasn't
magic.
live. Yeah.
Wow.
Did I do a good job, do you think?
Excellent. I don't know what I'm judging against, but I
Yeah,
loved every moment
I was
of it.
happy with it.
I'll tell you
good
this
name.
now, what you do know, judging against
Me.
SBI.
I don't understand. Is that some sort of infectious
Episode
disease
6.
or survive Block Island? What do you want to say? What do you want to say? You want to tease it? You want to throw it out there?
I don't know shit. I don't watch it.
I just let me.
Not in it. I stopped caring the second I wasn't on the call sheet. Or am I? Episode 6, my appearance.
Appearance.
Look, if someone watches the whole thing, goes, you fucking liar, at least got him.
Dude.
Dude.
I've been watching that. Katie and I have been watching that show. It's a good
Jack,
show.
stop
It's
watching
fun.
content.
I'm sorry that I appreciate
Grow up.
content.
I really appreciate it, but like Fredo and I started talking about this episode because like we're, Fredo being
Yeah.
a contestant is on the inside.
What?
Like,
Yeah.
he's got the brain.
I'm on the inside.
We made the cut?
Yep.
Now I know why.
And I literally, I like put my fingers on my ears. I'm like,
Jack's like, no.
I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, because I saw a new episode hit.
After all
and I
these
was
other shows we've been ripping through.
ripping and tearing, tearing and ripping.
Split these boys.
Also, I'm pretty
Don't
sure.
say
I'm
split,
pretty
we'll do-
sure.
The way he went, split these boys. Turn around.
I'm pretty sure I had COVID when you guys shot that.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Because it was like during like literally the peak.
I'm pretty sure because
like the hottest
because
peak.
Lindsay was in it, but Lindsay was like not near anyone else.
They were
because
quarantining from
even
you
though they
by
didn't. They never
coming-
got it.
Well, they came to the office
No, I
and had
know,
like
I'm
a
just saying.
separate like room.
I
So-
was at home going beep beep.
well,
beep.
it's- they hooked you up to
Yeah,
some sort of
I had
heart
COVID
monitor?
and a fucking sinus.
What if it
Dude,
went-
the sinus infection did me in, man. That sucked. My,
No one's
my
home.
teeth hurt. My teeth
Still?
were hurting.
Oh.
No. And I was going, why can't I be FBI?
He was banging on the door outside like a zombie. Slobber and blood and mucus, and he's going, let me in, I want to be in it. Cheeks swollen like he had his wisdom teeth out yesterday.
That sucked. Having your teeth hurt and
That's
being
wild.
unrelated to your teeth sucks ass.
Well, I was also like a little like concerned because I'm like, I've had sinus infections that have been pretty bad, but I've never had that. And so I was like, you gotta go to the doctor. And you're like, don't worry. I'm still talking like you're all swollen
Yeah,
up.
dude.
But you're like, don't worry. I got an appointment in 7 days from now. I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, what was even better was
Yeah.
I was like, I got an appointment. It's in 4 days, and then 4 days later, I realized it was that date 2 months from now because my primary care physician was like on leave, and I booked with her, and I didn't realize it
was like-
moved months. It was like, do you want Thursday or Friday? And it's like, well, I could get in with anybody on Thursday or my physician on Friday.
Yeah.
Hit Friday and didn't realize it was like
like
months
trickle
later.
over to, like,
And then I
months.
was just like, fuck, what's the appointment now? And then it was even later, so now it's like 11 days to see someone. And I was like, what's
It
the
only
point?
gets worse. That's when you go to like an urgent care place,
Yeah, I
which
was about
like,
to
yeah,
say,
it's
that's
a
when
little
you just
costlier, but
bite
like,
the
I
you just gotta
I
get it.
snuck in some more vaccines. I'm up to 9 now.
That's not helping.
yeah. yeah. I just kept
I'm
saying.
up to 9.
Yeah, I just kept saying I had the ones that the kids get, the experimental
Yeah, the
ones,
pills.
all of
Dude,
them,
he's like,
dude. I was sucking horse paste.
That
He's like-
certainly helps.
all
Goes
of
to
it.
the doctor, they give him the shot, he's like, number 9.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, excuse me, sir?
And I said, feeling
Put the mustache
fine.
on.
Feeling fine.
It's like that gif or like that scene where Thanos like puts the stone in and he's like, "Ugh." But it's him.
Yeah.
going,
Yeah, number 9.
And he's like, all right, can
the
I get the
doctor's
other
like,
one?
excuse me, sir, what? That's my 9th shot. I'm collecting them.
What rules? What happened? Does that have anything to
I
do
can't
with
talk about
Denise
it.
being in the chat right
no,
now?
Denise is always here. I don't care. Don't pay attention to her.
Oh, sorry.
Don't encourage her. If you see,
don't look at
if
me.
you see a deranged Denise, you can't interact with them.
The deranged Denise
Which
enters
one?
the
Which
chat.
pose?
potentially dangerous.
Is the one on the knee with the
snap.
the glove?
Right.
Is it water on the knee?
You know how he was like,
yeah.
right? I was like, cool, that's such an iconic moment. I want a statue. But then the statue is like the full body. And little do you realize that he's like doing that like spread ass thought pose like this.
Who would buy a statue like
Wait,
that?
is that Strange
Really?
like
That's his
that?
pose.
Or is
He's
that
like-
Thanos like that?
No, that's
No,
talking
that's
about
Iron Man.
Talking about the
Iron
Iron
Man's,
Man
like,
statue.
on the ground,
The man
like-
it was a thumbnail of this man.
He's like
It's a
this. He's
snap.
like,
I thought it was
am.
when Strange pulled the stone.
That's the pose he's in.
That's
no.
wild.
My bad. Is there a naked one of that one too?
There's a thumbnail of Alfredo
Probably.
doing it on this
That's true.
table or
That's
something.
true.
Oh, I thought that was
pose he's in.
something
I went,
else.
I didn't even think about that.
You wanna try it
You're
again?
right.
You wanna
And I
try
was
it
like,
again?
I never even
Oh,
thought.
we got a camera over there. You want to
try it again?
make someone happy?
Nicholas is ready.
Well, now can he do it in these booty shorts though?
Oh.
Something gonna hang.
I'm just gonna look away because we're gonna get brained up.
We're gonna get brained. If we get
might-
brained, the camera's gonna get brained.
No.
Okay. There's gonna be some brain spillage,
Hold on.
Trevor.
Does it
Hey.
squelch out like a pancake?
can't-
I don't know, dude.
Guess I've never
Look,
been in that
you
situation.
I've never counted an elephant.
Can't say that ain't maul the hell out of these shorts, okay?
Get ready with any sort of other screen.
That alone right there was
Oh, see, you're getting old.
Getting old.
You could have get up in one shot.
Both of his knees are
Here he goes,
bleeding.
one at a
Okay.
time.
And then he goes,
all right.
I am Iron Man.
I am in.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% snap.
It's doesn't look like that in the film though.
What? Well,
Yeah.
because they show the top half.
Right. Also, because it's like he's like dying or like
Right.
like in battle, and the
Well,
statue it just looks he's going, oh yeah.
He just looks like, hell yeah, I'm Iron Man.
It's like
Yo,
salt
that
running
better
down.
have sold a couple more than ass shorts.
Just saying, man.
Just-
Or we're
Hey,
pulling the plug on the podcast.
Eric put these in my.
How can I spill only on the mic? Mike, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Your mic is
no.
now wet.
Dude,
Mike went,
dude,
"Ah."
I mentioned, and I can't remember if it was on the the podcast or the post show last week. I think it was the regular podcast. But I was talking about Jaren. I did a Jaren impression, which is usually like silence and him just going,
Thanks.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Jaren
or him just going,
Rules.
that's true. Something like that, right? That's always his response. And he had a reaction that I've never seen out of him yesterday that made me laugh so hard. It's just something like he had to react to where I was walking by. I was like on my way walking into the kitchen. I can't remember if I was leaving or not. But Joe was talking to Michael Lindblad, and Jaren was also there. And I'm walking by, and Joe's talking about like the office microphones, and we've been talking about maybe getting new ones or whatever, just equipment stuff. And as I'm walking by, I hear Joe go, he's like, well, if we get rid of the mics, we get the, and I come back and go, whoa. You gonna just get rid of us? We're standing right here. And I'm just pointing at me and Lindblad, and Jaren just staring, and Jaren just goes, shut the hell up. And it was like, that was not, like, it upset him so much. He broke his own personality. That's awesome. They go, shut up. And I was like, I've never seen him react that way. And I was like,
man.
he was just like mad. He's like, you had to jump through so many hoops to get there that like neither one of us go by mic. And
Right.
I literally turned around. I turned around and walked back from the kitchen. And I was like, we can hear you, Joe.
You literally-
we're right here.
You snagged a gear in his mind, and he went, and he was like, uploading bass personality.
Some filter got hit. Like, oh.
It's just so Jaren. Like, we'll talk about VR stuff, and then go, that's awesome.
He's like, he's just sitting back in his chair going, sick.
He does a lot of like little smiles, right? Like,
I love it when he cracks up. That,
yeah.
He's got one of
Or
those
we're like,
contagious
or
laughs.
someone's like, we're just like, oh, this is fucking cool. We do this. Oh, it'd be so fucking funny. Da, da, da. And Jaren's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He does that all the time.
I mean, hey, I know it's a little early, but if you're watching this live, you can watch Posting Does Stuff streaming with Jaren.
Yeah.
I like to call it Jaren Does Stuff with the Posting.
Well, when
Hey, now.
Caden's not
Whoa.
here.
Right.
They're
Right.
out.
Exactly. And
They'll be back next
Step
week.
back
I
because
don't
Caden's
know
taking some vacation
what
time.
week it was
I don't.
where it was
well,
posting
how do I
does
call it
stuff.
vacation?
It's
They're visiting family. That's usually not a vacation.
Well, I was just listening. It's their business. I was keeping it generic.
Sorry. I let out
the beans.
They're visiting their family.
Their family's gonna know.
Everyone knows their
gonna know.
secret now. I'm sorry. I've read their tweets.
You better apologize when they come in.
Caden had a tweet the other day, and it was just like, they were talking about talking to their parents, and they were like, I was talking to my dad, and he said something like, he was like, So do you know anybody that makes a podcast? And Caden was like, yeah, a few. Like, I know a few people. And then I think their mom was like, or their mom said something like, Caden does Let's Plays or something like that. And it was just like the best
love the
to see.
innocence.
I was just like, this rules.
And Caden's also like loves that too, where
Yeah.
they're like, stay distant.
Yeah.
Don't know what I
Yeah.
did. But
There was I heard about there was one a post team does stuff.
They're playing First Class Trouble, by the way.
Oh yeah, they're using my station to test out proxy.
speaking of our stations, we got Go XLRs.
The thing is,
It's like a nightmare.
well, because this man,
I'll tell you this.
fucking
I'll tell you this.
menace.
No.
I don't know what
Don't you lump me in. I did
it was
one or
mostly
two.
him. It was
I did
him.
one or two.
One or two.
Listen to
My
You Dead
ass. One or two,
episode
my
5. This
ass.
man goes off.
But here's the thing. I'm speaking ahead of. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay it out ahead of myself, so I'd say it later because you will soon follow.
Yeah, I'm a follower.
He was already dabbling. Also, I'm not the one that immediately started singing in auto-tune, Trevor. Maybe
I was throwing in
I
some TTs.
Maybe
you
I
know?
threw out some TTs and Baba Yagas, but I wasn't singing in auto-tune immediately. Backstreet Boys,
Hey.
Trevor.
That's because BK and I were having a good time.
Yeah,
singing.
you would have
BK
done it
was
whether
in some
BK was
singing.
there or
But
not.
there was apparently a post team does stuff where the post team, like the entire post team was like late or something like that. So it opened up with just Jared on the couch by
They were
himself.
here.
Oh yeah,
They were here.
right?
I was like, wait, what are you doing here? It was something we were like, I think maybe it was when we had the shots. And I think like Ashley and Sarah and like Caden came by.
Oh,
And
it might-
and I was like,
might have
wait,
been
aren't you
it.
doing post team? They're like, Jaren is.
Yeah.
And it was
it just
Jaren
opens up in a
sitting
wide
there.
shot with Jaren sitting by himself on the couch. He's like, hey, what's up? Welcome to Jaren Does Stuff.
It might-
super wide shot.
If you've never seen Jaren,
Oh yeah, he was
you
like,
might
I'm
think-
here with my friends.
If you've never seen Jaren, like never watched him or like seen anything he's been in before, you might look at that and think like, oh, this is so awkward. That's just what he's like all the time. He would have done that with 4 people next to him and go, hi, I'm here. He was also at the opening of the popcorn video when it's just Jaren
yeah.
sitting there and then I just come up behind the popcorn box. He was like, hey, we're filming whatever this is or something like that. I was like, I love this.
I just waited for popcorn so I could do my little stunt.
Dude, I have made so much popcorn since we
Dude,
did that thing.
you really dial it in. If
I
may
make a good batch.
I love when I walk in the office and we got some morning pops because
Yep.
it's a rare occurrence.
Yeah,
hard
it's
to say
usually
no.
It smells like
It's
a
so
theater.
hard
I'm
to
like,
say
ooh, it's time to
no.
go into
Yeah.
work.
You sit down and you go, no, it's too early for popcorn.
Yeah.
And then
It's-
you just
it's the
you
cereal
sit in the
of the-
smell.
It's the cereal
you
of the
go,
bag world, you know. It's like
It's
like
good
bag
though.
cereal.
I kind of like I don't want to do it. My big thing was like I'll buy it, I don't want to do it.
Right.
But I kind of in it almost like a zombie apocalypse thing, knowing I can take care
Aaron
of
does it.
myself. I can make my own, and I don't have to go. I want popcorn.
Yeah.
But like I make it all the time now, just because I kind of like doing it. I'll go, no popcorn. I'll fix that. Without fail, and now everyone enjoys the popcorn. Mostly everyone.
Okay.
Name
Sarah.
names.
Sarah.
Oh God.
She hates it. She's the original reason we bought one, or I bought one, is because I heard something. Sarah hates popcorn. I went, oh, I'm gonna buy a popcorn machine. That was the
It's
reason
not
I
the
bought
machine,
it to begin
it's
with.
literally the product.
What's the smell? She hates the smell of popcorn.
Damn.
And I went,
never thought about
what?
the smell.
This was when in like the old post room, and they were like, oh yeah, we found out she hates popcorn. I went, well, time to buy a popcorn
I mean, I
machine.
assumed she didn't have a soul, but now I know.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And so I think it got sucked into a kernel or something.
It's like a monkey paw.
But
pop it back out of
boy, let me tell you, everyone does enjoy it. But I sit down and there's fresh popcorn. If I don't immediately get a look from Matt Bragg going, fresh popcorn, I go, get yourself in there, Matt.
I
was like,
do love how like that is
saunter
a
off into the kitchen.
That's so great. He'll go. I think
Well,
I'll
if you
put
made it, I should partake.
popcorn.
That man comes back with a bag like that.
so pure.
It's like a cartoon where they float.
Yeah,
over
like
to
their
the
feet are
food.
just like
That's
in the
Matt.
air.
Oh, where like they smell the pie in the window.
Yep.
It smells good every time though. It's a good smell, man.
every single
That
time.
popped corn.
Maybe it'll be like an immersive sort of a therapeutic experience for Sarah, where she'll be like, you know what?
That's my hope.
I've been converted by immersion of this smell. I love it now.
Or more just barraging like
Dude,
in her senses.
Well, then the thing is, look,
Popcorn,
that's-
popcorn.
We all like having fun with Sarah. Mostly Trevor messes with her, but she doesn't do herself any favors where she hates everything. I got Larry a Furby. She hates the Furby. She's the only
Larry
one.
got
who hates
another
the
one.
Furby.
You see it?
Oh, I don't want to tell his tale.
No,
I don't
no,
know
it's
how
fine.
much he's talked about it. Larry got 2 more.
Oh boy.
But I got Larry a Furby because he wanted a Furby, and let me tell you, this guy loves this fucking thing. He feeds it every day.
I love that.
He sticks his finger in his mouth until you feed it.
He goes,
and he'll go, and I make a bit to every day I come by and see it, and I call it a different name. And I go, how's little, what's it? Like,
Hula.
Peaklet?
What is it actually? Do you remember?
I can't remember because I refuse to ever say it.
Right. Well,
it's
something like
it's like
Luho
Talu or
Talu.
Talu or something like that.
I had no
It's
idea that there
something-
was a dictionary of words.
There's Furbish.
Yeah. I had no
It
idea.
speaks Furbish, and then you teach it English. And I go over there, and Larry's like, oh, he's having fun. He throws them in the air and stuff. Immediately, nothing to do with it. It was like, Sarah hates it. I was like, why? Who hates a Furby? It's just sitting on his desk. Then Larry was like, now I'm buying more. and they'll talk to each other.
Maybe that's her
One talks,
master
the other one
plan.
talks,
Yeah, I
so.
love that though. Like my sister and I had one, and then they talked until I deconstructed and took it all apart. But baby engineer, maybe this is her master plan: is to, I don't like that, and then so we're
Maybe.
like, we got to do it.
I mean, let me tell you, then it's working out for her.
reverse
If
psychology.
that's the case. She's getting everything she wants.
Popcorn,
Manager
Furby.
galore. Snip, snap,
Okay.
snip, snap. She's gonna say, I hate content next, and then we're gonna be like, I'm gonna make it even harder now. More content.
You think we can make churros at the office? It would require.
We're gonna
That
bookend
seems
the
like a lot
podcast
of
with
work.
churros.
Yeah,
I
that
love
seems
it.
like a lot
you
of
need a
work.
deep fryer, but because like the
Where's
churros,
this
to
like
make
a
a
lot
churro,
of
it's basically a deep fryer, and you just squeeze it out in that star design, and like it drops right into the deep
Yeah,
fryer.
but you're dealing with hot oils.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
Mess and
Fucking throw a
burns. Let me
shit
tell you,
ton of
most
cinnamon
people
on
can't
it.
get the goddamn popcorn out of the machine without spilling it all over the floor.
True.
I've
Okay?
seen that. I've seen people just
doing
the
this?
struggle.
It's most people. But most people pick it up, not all. And if Chris is around, he eats it off the floor, but he's not around.
I mean, we just get a deep fryer, and we can make like deep fried Oreos and stuff.
yeah, but here's the thing. Someone else do it. I'm not doing it.
I'm staying
make some
far
of those.
away from that.
Someone needs to
not that
get it, maintain it, and cook it. Okay? We can't baby this thing, and then next week it's in the dumpster.
And it's full of rotten
Right?
oil.
But just like this baby was fun for a
They
week.
have those machines where they
It's
make
going,
like little mini donuts.
And you're
Have you ever
back
seen
enjoying
those?
prom.
Like remember, like when we were in Seattle, the little like
Yeah,
mini
yeah.
donut things. They have the machines where literally it's like put the dough in.
It's like a little gun
and
where
it
it goes
drops
bloop,
it. Yeah.
bloop.
and then, like,
its name is Tulu. The chat even knows.
Tulu.
Tulu. And so every time I go, it's Tic Tac. And I make a point to just not know
He
its name.
hears you.
Sorry.
That's awesome.
That would be awesome.
Let's make some churros.
I was mostly freaked out by
Yeah, we'll just go to
Furbies.
Torchies though.
They
do it
speak
better.
when not spoken
They're
to
very
in an empty
close.
room. And
Furbies? That's kind of freaky.
Dude, I'll walk in and go, wake it up. Wake it up. Make it dance.
I loved when
I'll just kind of throw
when
it.
Larry was trying to wake it up in the first place. It says turn it upside down, hit the switch, shove your finger in its mouth. It says all of those
Yep.
things, and so he's doing it, and he's like, "Why isn't it working?" And he's like
You
shaking.
gotta
it.
really like smack it sometimes.
Eventually, it woke up. I had
Dude,
no idea.
what's
It was
great is
all
so
on it.
it's like an original
Waiting.
Furby from like 1998.
Oh wow.
I love the sound of it. It's so mechanical. It's like like when it moves. Yeah, it's
You
like there's
almost
like
can't hear it.
15,000 gears inside of it
Holy
spinning.
shit.
It's so like old, like
It's like the old Disney
Like
animatronics
new-
that just like
old
move a
new
little
tech,
bit.
like
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Are
Are there
exactly
like,
what it is.
are there modern day Furbies?
yeah, yeah. They look cheap as shit though. Probably because they are cheap as shit.
You ever seen
You
iRobot?
don't
They
get
look like
the
it's like
you don't get the
clear, white
satisfaction.
face.
Someone said Jack just wants a bakery.
That's true. Dude, I like baking, man. I like making cookies and stuff. Like it's fun.
Have you ever made a churro? Just coming back to that.
No, I haven't made a churro. I have done like the fried Oreos. Oh, there you go. There's a churro maker, and it looks like
nice.
Yeah, it's literally you put the
Yeah,
dough
I
I
mean,
inside
mean,
of
yeah,
it.
but
and
you need
spray
so
it out.
much more than that.
God, looks
tool.
like a flashlight.
How much
You
is
need
that?
the
Looks
dough.
like 24 or something.
And you
I
need
can't
to
read that
cook
far
it.
away.
Well, the deep fryer.
Oh, the deep fryer.
I'm just saying.
The
For what
last
it's worth, I
time-
have a deep fryer in my house. I could bring up to the office.
Yeah, I'll leave that in your capable hands. I'll print
you
signage.
get a bag of fries for like $5, and you get like a week's worth of fries, and it's like, oh, dude, yeah, let's get that.
Yeah, I mean,
Fries.
dude, the popcorn's cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
I buy the last box I bought is like
French
50
fries.
of those.
How much are the churros over at Torchy's?
Bet they're like $6.
They were something like
how much-
$6 for like 5.
Okay.
Probably
Oh,
about
wow.
$1 each or so.
Here we go, Jack.
See, there you go.
Start a
So, I
business,
mean-
undercut them.
Okay.
Just,
and open up right next
have
door,
a van,
you know.
just like open it up. The
Jack starts a
Churros.
business and I'm the #1 customer. Me.
No, you never take from your own stash. You gotta, sell it out.
I do
I
every
mostly
day.
take from my own stash.
Popcorn.
The last time I was at Disney was the time I finally caved and had a Disney churro, because it was like cold, and you're like, I want that warm, like
that's good
churro,
stuff.
seasoned up.
Was
and,
like covered in cinnamon and sugar.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it was like
All of it
kind
falls
of.
to the bottom of the bag.
Yeah, it was like room temp. It was
Oh,
kind of
was it?
disappointing. It was
Oh.
like one of the most disappointing churros, and I'm like, it's so popular.
That's sad.
And I don't know. Maybe it was because it was towards the end of the day, and all the good stuff had been.
For what it's worth,
taken,
if you
but-
tell them that, they'll sometimes give you a brand new one. They're like, oh, here you go, try this one instead.
I should have come up
You
to the
just bite
glass
it
and be
like,
like,
"This one's
hey, I listen to the thing. It's like a
This churro isn't good.
lightsaber."
Can I get another one? Okay, give us the old one back. I ate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh, I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
I just wanted to keep seeing if it would get hotter as I kept biting through it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It didn't. So can I have another
Where was
one?
the heat source in this thing? I don't know. I couldn't find it.
My sample size of one bite was too small. I kept eating it.
We thought maybe it would get better.
Right.
And it only became more disappointing.
Man. Best snack at Disney though is the Mickey Mouse ice cream sandwich. Oh, it's
Ooh, any ice cream sandwich is top. I haven't had the Dole Whip though. That was
Dole Whip's
the last time I was there
classic.
was also the first time I'd seen it.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
it had been years. I think we went right before quarantine.
you know, land or world?
Land.
Okay.
Because I'd never been. Barbara and I have not been there before, and so we were like, let's just see the difference. What did we have? I had the pretzel. That was the Mickey shape.
Okay.
With
Yeah.
some queso.
Well, queso.
It was all right.
California queso is not
Seems
nearly
pretty
as
close.
good. Not
No,
nearly
it's
as good.
not.
Seems pretty close to his head shape. A pretzel.
Yeah. Already. Yeah.
It's a pretty easy
They make the ears and everything
transformation
too.
to Mickey,
Yeah.
yeah.
And just kind of like the dough they like flip it
Exactly like that.
Whoop. Yeah.
And then I have the ears.
Jackie started ordering. We got like ice cream, like little mint chocolate chip on like a little stick. So then I've been eating that. It's
Wait,
real
what?
Good.
A mint chocolate chip on a little stick.
Like a. You got
Explain
like an
yourself.
ice cream,
Like a
like an ice
popsicle?
cream pop. Yeah, like a popsicle.
Okay.
But it's mint chocolate chip.
Or is it like a cake pop that's like just a
No,
little
it's
ball
like
of ice cream so you can be
It's
delicate,
like a
Cake pops are
popsicle.
good.
decadent?
And I was like, I like that because then I don't have it melting. Like I'm just constantly eating at it. So it's dangerous because I've had one every night this week.
There's some, I don't know, what is it called? Good pop or something like that, where it's actually pretty health conscious and it's like really tasty. So you have like the fudge version of those, and I'll just sit there and like be eating away at that thing, and I'll be like, it's a low calorie. I'll have another one.
Yeah.
I'll have another.
Yeah,
You can like finish the box
it's
at
like-
night, like ooh.
Healthy, right? So it's like obviously
For a
it's-
snack,
it's,
yeah.
It's still like
Yeah,
ice
yeah.
cream, but it's like
It's
healthier.
like serving size.
But
It's like
that's
a
always
third of
that's
one.
my excuse.
Oh.
I'm like, I mean, it's healthier. So I'll grab another one. It's the last time I was watching RuPaul.
Like
I'm
Dippin'
like,
Dots.
hell yeah,
Dippin'
bring back my
Dots.
girls. And I'm
Toppin'
just
Dots.
like sucking on my lollipop, like, since
Dippin'
that long.
Dots.
Dippin' Dots?
Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots.
That's the
Nah, I
competitor
hate-
where
I
it's just
hate
ice
Dippin'
cream.
Dots. Who hated Dippin' Dots? Was it
It was
Spicer?
spicy, yeah.
Oh,
Mark
Dippin'
Spice's
Dots.
or Mark
Sean
Spicer, Sean's.
Spicer.
It's because they're like so cold that they can like freeze or burn your tongue.
Well, I mean, that's the guy.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if there's another Spicer.
No, it's Spicer for
Dude,
sure. I think that's fair.
did you fucking see that Giuliani was on The Masked Singer?
Oh, yeah.
He was.
Oh, is that the one where the guys got up and walked off?
Yeah.
So
I didn't
yeah.
watch the actual episode. I just saw the clip. I just saw like the pictures that
okay.
he like took the head off, but apparently people were pissed.
Yeah,
like,
apparently,
on the
I
show.
think Joel McHale, maybe like Ken Jeong, like a couple of the actual
Ken
hosts,
Jeong, like,
they literally
walked
just
off.
walked off the set.
they walked
like
off.
they pull it, it's like, oh, it's
fuck
Rudy
were they
Giuliani.
thinking?
Yeah, it's like
weird.
Also, I said, this is this week. I said, did you see Rudy Giuliani was on The Masked Singer? And Sarah said, who's that?
and you're like, it's a show on Fox.
And I said,
Yeah,
it's
right.
Giuliani. You know who Rudy Giuliani is? And she's like, no. And I went, the mayor of New York? And she went,
I witnessed
no.
that.
And then I said, the guy whose face was melting, who had the press thing at the Four Seasons landscaping. And
he
she
was the
went,
lawyer for our former president.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, him.
I'm sure
He
you
was
held up
on?
a picture and she would have been like, boom.
And she would have been like, no, who's that?
I have no clue.
Listen, you know,
Kids.
some people can't be helped.
Make sure to vote. Make sure to vote in November, everyone. Just I'm saying.
Vote in
Just
November
vote.
for your favorite Masked Singer on
There you
Fox.
go, on
I think it's on
Fox.
Fox. That makes sense.
know.
Actually, even though Fox News.
Ken
Fox
Jeong
is-
is a guest on Murderville, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Dr.
only watched.
Kin.
I've watched the first 2 episodes of that. So good.
Yeah.
So good so far.
I watched the Conan one, and then the second one is that Marshawn Lynch? I think. Yeah, I've heard.
Yep.
Haven't seen that one yet.
That one like starts a little softer, but gets I think even like stronger. Like it was really interesting because Conan, you know, is a comedian.
Yeah.
You know.
But it was awesome.
Highly recommend you check out the original version, the British version.
Oh,
it's
okay.
really funny.
Where can I find that?
I think it's YouTube. They have it up. Like it's yeah.
Pirate it.
I need to switch my gears and watch that instead. I've been watching the Halo TV show.
Oh,
I
yeah?
fell off of that.
It's
I never started it.
super mediocre.
Yeah.
It's super.
It starts out, honestly, I was into it when it started, but I fell off by like, I think it was episode 4. I was just kind of like, now it got real slow, and I'm
It's
kind of
super
confused.
slow, and he's never in his armor. I'm
He's never in his armor.
Cool.
I didn't care much about that, but I'm like, but they're like doing a lot of nods to the game lore, but then they're also doing like, no, this is like a television series lore. So,
Yeah.
so like they were conflicted on which they wanted to be a part of in my mind. So I was kind of like, I'm a little lost.
I'll be honest. It lost me in the first 20 minutes because it starts out super violent, like
is all the first
over
20
the top
minutes,
violent.
Yeah.
Like, and to me, Halo's never been that. Like, Halo's never been the ultra violent headshot, blood on camera kind of.
Yeah, you don't
franchise.
see the blood
I mean,
splatter,
like, it's
but
violent
it's like
in
on
a
the
sense,
ground.
but it's not graphic.
It's violent, but it's the game
not
that like
graphic.
my
It's
nephews
blood,
can
it's
play.
it's
You know,
war, but
yeah.
it's like aliens.
Yeah, it's like green
Yeah.
blood. It's like, oh, what?
Yeah.
But it's not Master Chief standing on
Right.
an elite, shooting him in the face
fighting.
point
Stop.
blank. It's like, anyway. So
Yeah.
I was like, this does not feel right, and so.
That's how some of us played, though.
I mean, in Reach, you do stab him in the neck.
Dude, I will say, speaking of that, first video that I'm aware of.
at all.
Yeah.
It probably won't come out in that order, but first video with GoXLR recorded was Gavin and I doing another Halo.
Ooh,
first
nice.
Halo Play Pals.
Nice.
Second, we finished it.
Hell yeah.
Got it all done.
The whole point, or excuse me.
We had a whole day where I
Yeah,
got
we just
hold
wanted
of
to
that
batch
man,
record it so we could get
and
it done.
we fucking hunkered down and we
Nice.
got it. And
That's-
it's pretty. All that happened before the Minecraft, so
Yeah.
I was already XLR'd up.
Yeah. That's one of my, like, there's tons of things that we do that I just, like, when I'm not in it, I like to stand off to the side and just kind of peep in because, like,
Oh, I'll
it's
tell you what,
so
Trevor.
wild.
So is anything ever on the couch that you're not in.
Yeah.
And you're just
right.
there.
Just peeking in.
And I'm going, you in this? No, I'm not.
And I
in
go,
this."
don't talk to
Yeah.
me, I'm watching.
Yeah, and then you start
literally
talking
today.
to us.
You talk
Right.
to me.
Right.
Have we
Joe and I make little comments, you go, hey, stop making little comments.
Oh, there was a whole thing. There was a whole
like-
narrative
Today's
today.
challenge
I don't remember.
accepted.
We're
It
like
was pretty funny.
knees deep into a challenge accepted, very difficult game overall. And Michael's like locked in, focused. And then Trevor's just like off to the behind him to the side. Is like, hey, Michael, you seen this? You know about this? And Michael's like, Trevor, please.
Well, that's because it's Elden Ring, so I'm like, I'm just gonna distract because I know that's like the Also, it was going on for a while.
is
so I'll
it,
throw in a
also,
few.
also, I never
It was-
looked. I
it
never
was
looked.
small.
Was it Gatorade? Yeah, I knew it was. It was because there were two
To be fair,
Gatorades there, and they were mine. And
I thought you had died. I thought you had died, so
I knew
that's
they
why I
were.
asked, to be fair.
Like I like sitting in that one
It was
side
very
chair.
interchangeable.
I like sitting in that one side chair, and when I play, I usually been drinking Gatorade. I put a Gatorade next to me, and there was already one there when I got there, and I was like, oh, I know that's mine, but I don't need two Gatorades like in this video.
Yeah.
So I just put one off camera next to it.
It was blue, so
we're
I knew it
in the
wasn't
video.
Gavin's.
Fucking, Trevor walks by me. He's over there. He's like, hey, who's this? I was like, not now, Trevor. Leave my Gatorade alone. I didn't even look at him. I knew what he was talking about because I'm usually with Trevor where we're going, who left this? Whose
Yeah.
is this? And Gavin's going, there's a raisin on my COVID test. Who left the raisin?
I don't know. Today was a
Gavin
mood,
comes in,
dude.
has a bunch of water and coffee, walks
Yeah.
away, and we're like, that's your coffee. He goes, that's not
He's
my
like,
coffee.
what's the theme of my desk? And you're like, trash.
And he's like, that's not my coffee. There's
He's been gone long enough to not remember. It's all his.
Something's clearly Gavin's, and he's like, that's not mine.
Impossible.
And then Trevor and I are like, it is yours. He goes, no,
We keep
someone
inven-
left that there.
we keep mental notes
we
now
talk
every
about
time.
it so much about Gavin leaving shit, and then we enact scenarios in our own minds where Gavin goes, whose is this? Who left this
When
phone
I
at my
find
desk
out.
with my wallet
all
and ID in it?
Yeah. When I find out.
So when Trevor's like, whose is this? I was like, go away, leave it.
I know what you're after, but not now. I mean, I started today off with a mood. I was like, I came out of a meeting. I was
God.
looking for my Joe and my Michael because we were trying to finish our remodel, and I flopped down on the couch, and Joe had this amazing idea, and I knew it, so I just kept finding reasons to say stuff to Michael, like, hey, what's happening?
He
He's like,
came out and Joe's like,
"Stop talking and let
oh,
him
Trevor,
listen."
da, da, da. And Trevor's like, oh, da, da. And I just went, quiet, man. Let him talk. And then as soon as Joe would talk, Trevor would be like, I want to hear Joe's idea. Someone tell me his idea.
He goes, okay, so picture this. So I'm like, spit it out, cut to the chase.
Then we did some construction.
Yeah, I was in the middle of shooting because I was in the. We shot yesterday. and I was
you
a
did
part
Let's
of that.
Furt. Our
And then
first
we're in the
exclusive
middle of
it was a
series.
two-day shoot.
We're in the middle of a FERT, and I just heard, and I went, God damn it, they're doing it without me.
Well, yeah, dude, time is money, baby.
And money is time.
And then as we're doing
We didn't want to do it without
just
people,
say,
but we had to get it done.
And I was like, yeah, anyways, I'm jumping around, side scrolling.
Yeah, and then you just hear us
And I'm
go,
like,
yeah, we did it!
yeah.
Woo!
Dude, I saw the corner of my eye, the finished
the
product
event happen.
and I went, damn.
You're like,
All right, yeah. So,
Don't worry, we're cooking up many more projects.
Yeah, that was good.
We need a window, is what I'm thinking,
Ooh,
maybe.
remodeling.
Just saying.
Hang on.
We got all those
Just
high
saying.
up windows for fancy people.
A window is just a high hole.
Right, we just need a regular window to bring it down to our regular level.
Have we mentioned about the series that we're doing in Minecraft? Have we talked about that publicly?
I totally said what it was
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
few minutes ago, but
SBI.
Yeah. Kai has teased it a couple
SBI.
times, but yeah,
Episode 6
we
is
may
out,
have
too.
we may have filmed some You Dead, You Dead. Just saying.
oh,
You
we're
Dead, You
deep
Dead.
into it too. So
Yeah, we filmed a lot of it. So yeah, I won't say who's alive, who's not alive.
next
but,
week, next week.
it's coming.
I died.
It's coming.
What's that,
It's
what's
good.
that little 2 fingers?
I think he's
I
talking
think-
about being a two-time champ.
He's a two-timer, is what he is.
yeah, he is a
Oh, you're looking for the 3-time champion crown?
Let me tell you this.
He wears
though.
3 crowns on
the
his.
Let me tell you this. What's
One on
nice?
his
You know
ears.
what's nice? I will say.
What's that,
I don't wanna,
Michael?
like
What's
spoil
nice?
anything in You Dead, as people do. You Dead. But especially with not just like Joe, BK, and Kai in general, but they're all here now.
Mm-hmm.
We got like a nice fat, like rotating cast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which like.
fatty.
I don't know how much was planned and how much just kind of worked out that way, but there's way too many people to all be in at once.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's a very nice, I'll say, it is You Dead, and several have been filmed, and people do die. There's a nice flow of like cycling in people. It's not so much like, oh, that person isn't here
It's
for
really
whatever
clever.
reason, but it's like, oh fuck, so and so died, but so and so has
Yeah.
joined.
Right.
And so it's
Yeah.
like
There's some really clever.
it's been
lore
it's been
happening.
good.
Yeah.
It's been good.
For the 2 minutes I was in it.
So that's coming soon. Check it out. Check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Literally next week. What's the date of next week? 7 plus today, 19.
The 19th.
The first member.
Seven.
Yeah.
7 plus today, 1 hip hooray.
I like
It's
the way.
Dead, You Dead.
That's
You
the
find
same
you
day
die,
as the
die, you die.
Orlando show.
What?
Lindsay's in the
Orlando.
chat. Hi, Lindsay.
So
Lindsay, only one to die before me in You Dead, You Dead. 1 minute in.
spoiler.
Are you telling the truth?
I'll never tell.
I won't tell.
True, what's not? We don't know.
But
we
I
do
did
know
a really good premise,
that
though.
I
am
win
in SBI. this week,
SBI.
though. I'm in
no,
SBI
that's
this
not.
week.
That's what we
And
do.
I
The thing
make
is,
sure
we'll
this
never know
man
if they're
doesn't
telling the
win.
truth or not.
This week on SBI, Alfredo finds the totem, which was me. I'm the totem.
Yo soy totem.
Damn. Is it true? Watch and find out.
Thanks
All
for
of it.
watching today, because Off Topic's over now.
Oh, okay.
The end.
Go watch the Post Team Does Stuff, starring Jaren and his coworkers.
Jaren.
Put those legs away.
Put
those legs away.
The deception game. It's called First Class Trouble.
The sexy legs.
Be warned, there is no Caden next week.
I can see your glutes move. when
Yeah,
you
I can
step.
see him.
It's like
fucking-
two hams.
Like-
Slap!
Ooh.
This penguin's
So
deranged! This penguin's deranged!
deranged penguin.
The deranged penguin.
Off to his death.
He's off seen hanging brain. Wandering off to
Penguin,
die.
often known for hanging brain.
Bye.